My West Hollywood story is exploring the iconic boulevards, endless shopping, and beautiful galleries. Inspiration is endless in West Hollywood. The neighborhood tells stories of established and emerging artists. You will find fashion and styles from all over the world here. A California sunset is the perfect way to end our day. We will take VIP tickets to this show every night. Our vacation is just getting started. This is our West Hollywood story. Come and find yours.
LA Galaxy belongs on the best surfaces. Whether you're the best player or the best fan, every goal, every tackle, every last-second battle, it all requires precision, performance, and passion. The LA Galaxy trust AstroTurf to provide the best surfaces, because champions deserve the best. AstroTurf, the official synthetic turf and hybrid field building partner of the LA Galaxy.
My dad was a farmer. And when I saw him on a horse, the guy was bigger than life. One of the things that he had a hard time doing was showing the emotion. Maybe it was because the way he was raised, or believing that men provide and they don't struggle. But we all struggle. I want to show emotion to my kids. I want them to know when I'm happy, I want them to know when I'm sad, and I want them to see me working through things. The biggest reward I get from being a dad is watching my kids accomplish a goal, watching them light up. Nothing brings a bigger smile to my face. So I make my kids a priority. Whether it's hitting a baseball, a dance rehearsal, you name it, I'm there. They're gonna remember that they grew up loved. Be brave. Be there every day. And allow your kids to know that it's okay to struggle. That even dad doesn't know the answer sometimes, but we're gonna figure it out together.
Firearms are the #1 cause of death among kids, but we know that healthcare workers can make a huge difference. This is why prevention is absolutely critical. It starts with listening to the community, leaning in on those conversations to better inform what is the approach that you want to take. You are the champions for change. You can be the catalyst for integrating firearm injury prevention strategies into your practice and really benefiting your community. Let's agree to agree that we all have a role to play in ending this crisis.
In Major League Baseball, you could dream with no limits. You could become your hero.
Oh, he's done it again.
Steal the show. Or even start a new club.
The 40-70 season.
You could meet the moment and exceed the hype. You can write a new chapter of history and let your city dream again. This season, anything can happen.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing that keeps us focused. A habit we never skip to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game, to drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health? Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Our South Carolina story is told through love. We always felt the need to take a moment for ourselves, and the ocean has always drawn us closer. Charleston was such a romantic destination, with its ancient oaks and beautiful walking paths through town. But we love hiking too, and Greenville gave us a perfect view. This is our South Carolina story. What's yours?
Brilliant again. She just...
Preparations have begun as the world's best players set their sights on the tournament. Anything that you might do, I'm gonna do too.
The atmosphere is building here in the stadium. The kickoff is coming up very short.
Well, it means a lot to the community. It means enhancing the community. We are so pleased and so proud of the fact that the Braves are involved. And
This is shaping up to be a close hand. NBA walk off home run. We'll be getting underway for it. This is it. They have to score here. Here's a shot to the right side.
In Grayson, Kentucky, it's college football in the Appalachian Athletic Conference. Welcome to the state of Kentucky. We are ready to kick off between these two sides as the stadium is filled. The fans are ready for the action. Kentucky wearing their home reds today. The Knights looking to topple the longtime dominant Eagles of the Appalachian Athletic Conference, who will be kicking this away first to start the game from left to right, as we are about to bring you inside of the stadium for this matchup in AAC action. Welcome. We are underway with this one. The ball booted away and going to be fielded back inside of the 10. Return man to the 15. At the 20, breaks through and trapped before he can get to the 25 and drop down. Good little return to start the game for Kentucky Christian. They'll have to go a long way to score more than 75 yards following that return. Getting to know these two programs as we get started. The Reinhardt Eagles 2-3 this season. They haven't won yet on the road. This is the first home game of the year for the Kentucky Christian Knights. Big test for them in their home venue in Grayson, Kentucky. Can they do it? Glad you're with us. You and I are about to find out together. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson here alongside me for college football and AAC action. Fakes the give and throws it. This one downfield and caught. Perfectly placed. Huge throw and catch to get started for the quarterback. We're going to keep an eye on him today. Jackson Wasik, Lexington Catholic grad, a 6'2" sophomore. The snap, he fakes the give, and a check down pass to the close side, caught by Briscoe, the true freshman. He is trapped near the line of scrimmage and will get a short gain. Going to make this next down much more manageable, but not a lot of work done offensively with that one. Just breaking this one in. This offense has been deadly so far this season, averaging almost 37 points per game. 412 yards per game as well for these all-red Knights of Kentucky Christian. KCU quarterback keeper. He's a dual threat right up the middle over the midfield stripe and gets 5 yards. Still needs some more to convert. 3rd down now and a short yardage situation. Both of these teams 1-0 in AAC play. We'll get a look at the full standings later. Kentucky Christian wants to throw. It's Wasik. He's in trouble, running, rolling, and throws where it's incomplete at the 40-yard line. Great coverage by the Reinhardt Eagles secondary as they force the incomplete pass. And so the Knights of KCU are showing that they'll punt. We'll see if they do so. Really nice start to the game for Reinhardt University's defense. That's exactly what you want to see out of this Eagles defense. They've been very good for a very long time, so no surprise to see them start with a hot performance. Ball is going to be sent away in a moment by the punter of KCU, Chase Hall. Rolls inside of the 20, and this one is out of play. A short break, and we'll return with more college football in just a moment from Grayson, Kentucky. Back in Grayson with college football between the Eagles of Reinhardt and the KCU Knights. Our first look at the offense of Reinhardt University. Eagles man in motion on the end around. He'll take the give. Down the sideline, popped and goes out right near the 15. Late shot delivered on an end around for Reinhardt's man. We'll take this opportunity early on to get to know the lineup of the Reinhardt Eagles. Davis, Lyle, Pinky, Green, Howers, Calhoun, and Rice all up front for Reinhardt. Rice playing at wide receiver, of course. Ganton, Walker, Ja all getting the ball, and our player to watch, Taylor Jackson. More on him in a moment. So now 2nd down, Reinhardt tries right up the middle, and that'll move the chains. A nice little 4-yard gain. 1st and 10, just over their own 20-yard line. And our player to watch for the Reinhardt Eagles, been so good for so long, Taylor Jackson, number 9, the graduate student, back for one more year, 826 yards already, 6 passing touchdowns. His mobility keeps the defense honest. We'll see what he can do today. Still scoreless as we're just getting started. Colbert, a lot of room across the 30 as he slips one. Still on his feet at the 40. Midfield stripe. He's got a convoy. 30, 20, 10. House call. Touchdown, Reinhardt University Eagles. They take it the long way to the house. Reinhardt looking hot on the road as the Eagles have jumped out to an early 6-0 lead in Appalachian Athletic Conference play. We're just 2 minutes into our first quarter. Now for the point after try. That's one way to cap off a drive. No need to throw the ball downfield when you have Colbert coming out of there. 6-0 as Reinhardt is looking to chip through the PAT. Snap and hold are good. This one sent up away and finds its way between the uprights, courtesy of Alex Hansen, who delivers a great kick. Reinhardt, 7-0 after a beautiful long rushing score out of the backfield.
Your favorite teams, your favorite live streams, your favorite highlights. Be sure to engage with us. Find us now on YouTube at NSBN Sports or visit us at nsbnsports.com.
On the right side, live coverage. You can watch the replay of the Coaches Show from earlier this week right now on the Southeast Sports Network. Beautiful weather back where the Eagles have come from. In Grayson, it's a little chillier. On the left side of your screen, the Bulldogs are duking it out today in a good one against the Skyhawks of Point. And right now, Columbia's Koalas playing men's soccer against Bluefield. Kickoff is away for Reinhardt. Fielded by the Knights. Back on their own 10-yard line. Return man. Tackled down as he crosses the 35-yard line. Nice return as the Knights will get started on their second possession of the day. We met the offense of the Eagles of Reinhardt University. Let's get to know KCU. These are the Knights of Kentucky Christian. Up front, Logan Gause, the sophomore at left tackle. Ethan Harris from Georgetown at left guard. Jacob Wilson, the true freshman at center. And in fact, it's 3 true freshmen on the right side of that line. Jacob Wilson, Jason Scott, Aiden Bell. Receivers are Brown and Cobb. More on Gamble and Wasik in just a moment. The tight end, Derek Williams Jr. And a timeout on the play. 7-0 Reinhardt Eagles. Before the break, a really nice one.
Third game on the offense, number 9, 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Following the penalty. There's the give. Fighting his way forward and bowled over by the Reinhardt Eagles. Jock Colbert, a 79-yard rushing touchdown. Took the Eagles to the house and gave them this 7-0 lead they're currently playing with. In trouble and down. Unable to escape in the backfield. Long way to go now for the Knights of KCU. Kentucky Christian, Wasik rolling, wants to throw, pumps across the 25. The 30 takes a big shot, and he's down near the original line of scrimmage, but on fourth down, KCU very likely to punt, trailing 7-0. We'll keep an eye on him today, obviously coming off the field now, but our player to watch for the Knights of KCU, Jackson Wasik, 1,100 pass yards, orchestrates this spread offense so well for the Knights. 13 touchdowns total this season already. That includes both through the air, on the ground. He'll be very difficult to contain. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson, punt is away. And this one is off quickly. Reinhardt's offense will get back to work. The defense of the Knights of Kentucky Christian. Up front, it's the sophomore from Indianapolis at the defensive end position, Blake White, C.J. Nathan, Trent Hill inside, and Tyler Kelly on the other side, the redshirt freshman from Huntsville, Alabama. Your linebackers, only two of the way they run this defense, Deshaun Webster and Chase Hall. Webster, a redshirt freshman from West Virginia. The defensive backs are Prowl, Gale Jr., Omar Johnson, Jacob Kane, and Jalen Price. That's from left to right. Taylor Jackson, Colbert, who just went 79 yards across the 35 and dragged down at the 40. Nice little start to this drive.
Walker right there, the second part of that.
That's the 41-yard line. Just coming down and one. The 43-yard line. First down.
Jackson gives it again, and in trouble just shy of midfield, he goes down. So a nice little gain using this right side of the line. Jaden Calhoun, Ben Hollard's looking good early.
Absolutely, and when you're able to get both of those running backs involved, if you're the Reinhardt Eagles, that can go a long way towards really bolstering your team and giving you a great chance. Not a lot of teams have one running back they can lean on, so when you have two of them at your disposal, you know that the Eagles are going to be very keen on trying to get them the ball early and often.
Still early in this one. Reinhardt leading 7-0 with a couple of minutes gone in our first quarter. Jackson, the keeper, takes a big shot up high. Taylor Jackson, our player to watch in this game. We've been impressed with him for years. He's originally from Guyton, Georgia. I'd say he's a dual threat, obviously a lot more effective through the air, but 4 rush touchdowns already, and that probably puts him just north of 75 yards on the season on the ground.
Yeah, Coach Miller described him as quote-unquote sneaky athletic. I don't know if there was a different type of component when he said that, but definitely not a guy that you would think as a typical runner. But as he said when I had a chance to sit down with him, he said that he just wants to keep defenses honest and take what they give him. He's certainly done that this season.
Jackson throws long, and this one is caught over the middle on the crossing route inside of the 30, fighting through down to the 20 and almost into the red zone at the 21-yard line. What a catch and run for the big guy.
Big tight end Austin Davis skying up through the air to make that grab. Austin Davis doesn't get a ton of opportunities for Reinhardt, but every time that they give him the ball and give him chances and throw the ball his way, he seems to be able to make plays. Something to watch for as this season continues.
That's impressive stuff for the man from Dalton, Georgia, the former Catamount, getting it done. There's Colbert, who scored on the 79-yarder on the first possession of the day for the Eagles. Reinhardt looking to keep it perfect and convert on the second possession as well.
So the danger of going up against that dynamic duo, number 5, Ja Colbert, a guy who's so shifty, can make guys miss. He can attack downhill, but definitely better at being able to make guys miss in space. Jamarion Walker, he's a battering ram in there. He's running downhill every single play. It's going to take more than one guy, 2, 3, 4 guys to bring him down.
Walker, 5'7", but 245 pounds. Here's the give inside. Big guy is rumbling forward right on cue, and Reinhardt deep into the red zone for a 1st and goal. Reinhardt extremely efficient in the red zone.
And it's a mindset thing down here. When you get into the red zone, it's really just about who's going to be the tougher team, who's going to be the one to blow their necks back and say, we're either going to force you into our end zone or keep you out of our end zone. That's all that it comes down to when you get to this part of the field.
9 minutes still to play in the first quarter. One receiver out wide as Jackson hands it off inside. It'll be 2nd and goal. Nowhere to go. He was hit right away. Tried to punch his way up in there.
Now, if you're KCU, the momentum shift that can take place if you can keep Reinhardt out of the end zone here can be monumental because, again, this is a team in Reinhardt that hangs their hat on situations like these short yardage, goal-to-goal situations. They love being able to impose their will. If you can keep them out, that will go a long way towards building your confidence to win this game.
Knights allow 29 points per game. They've allowed 330 yards of offense per game to opposing teams. Reinhardt is averaging 370 per game, both on the ground and through the air. A little better on the ground, 190 yards per game rushing this season for Reinhardt.
That ground attack so potent. They had over 220 yards on Lindsey Wilson in just the first half on the ground.
An encroachment is the call against KCU, so a couple of free yards for Reinhardt, who's already deep into the red zone, threatening to score in an in-goal situation. And that's the weak point of this Knights defense. They've allowed more rushing yards than passing yards this season at a clip of 180 per game defensively.
And they have defensive linemen who are really good at being able to get after the quarterback, but not necessarily guys who you would peg as run stoppers in particular. Reinhardt trying to take advantage of that by cycling through their running backs, keeping them fresh, and just having that O-line lean on them up front.
And our referee stops us as he'll walk out to the offense. A call for a break down on the field between these two. 7-0 Reinhardt Eagles as they threaten to score in Grayson, Kentucky. College football, can they punch it in? We're going to find out right now, allegedly. Looked like we were going to a timeout, but they're headed back out there.
A little false alarm there.
False alarm, yeah. The referee said, timeout, I'm lying.
But you have Colbert, you have Walker. Here's the third guy, Harlem Diamond in there, someone that Reinhardt really wants to try to get involved as well.
Fakes the give to Diamond, roped to the back of the end zone for a wide-open touchdown score. 13-0 Reinhardt Eagles get another one.
And yet again, it was the Dalton native, Austin Davis, getting involved. Like I said before, I don't know the exact percentage, but when it comes to targets to receptions, it has to be well over 90% for him. He always cashes in on his opportunities. It's good to see Reinhardt really make an effort to get him going in the passing game.
Davis scores his first touchdown of the season. It's his second catch of the drive as he makes the best of that for sure, putting his team ahead by 2 possessions early on the road in Grayson. Point after try, chipped away, up and between the uprights as it's a big lead for the Eagles. 2 possessions early. 5 minutes still to play in quarter one.
All of the ways to watch your favorite local and regional sports. Join us now on Twitch TV. You can also find NSBN on Amazon Fire TV or visit us live on YouTube as we stream games there as well. Another fan favorite way to watch is NSBNsports.com. You can also find us through our NSBN app, free to download from the Google Play Store, and Roku TV, where you can find all of our content. NSBN Sports, visit us at nsbnsports.com.
Back inside of Knight Stadium in Grayson, Kentucky, the Reinhardt Eagles are leading by 2 possessions, 14-0, trying to pick up their first road win of the season as the Knights are trying to defend their home turf, and they've got a chance to do it, breaking away, but he's caught at the 40 and dragged down from behind by the Reinhardt University Eagles.
And that's how you try to get off the schneid a little bit. You try to give yourself an opportunity to get great field position, and we'll see what they can do with it.
Knights start with, indeed, great field position. This offense has averaged 412 yards of offense per game, and their schedule has been loaded. They've played some of the best teams in the country, including a great matchup that they played very well in against the Eagles of Morehead State University. Played them tough, and that's a Pioneer Football League team that's enjoying one of the best Pioneer Football League starts to the year in forever. Every team in the league doing very well.
And they really comported themselves very well against that Division I opponent and really put a lot of teams in the conference on notice that this is a team that can be a force to be reckoned with.
So a flag on the play. And this is a false start against the offense of Kentucky Christian. They'll try again on first down. Jackson Wasick seamlessly orchestrates the spread offense, as I mentioned a moment ago. Wasick this season already 13 touchdowns scored, 11 through the air, 2 on the ground. Jackson throws quickly, caught the big guy, slips one, 45, and trapped by a gang of Reinhardt tacklers. The true freshman from Franklin, Kentucky, Jalen Briscoe, going to work.
And I really like that play there from KCU, just giving your athletes the ball in space and kind of forcing these Reinhardt defensive backs to make these one-on-one tackles. Those are always the toughest tackles to make when it's just you and the other guy, and he has a ton of space to work with and make you miss.
Briscoe's been really good this season. Already over a dozen catches. Floated long for the KCU Knights, looking downfield. He's got it. Headed for the end zone and chalk it up. Huge first down, threatening to score KCU.
And Jackson Wasick, he's not a guy that just wants to operate. He's someone that can make plays from the pocket.
Wasick into the end zone, fighting for the ball, and Reinhardt knocks it away as the flag hits the turf.
But again, he doesn't want to just operate. He wants to push the ball down the field, make plays, and he's going to put a lot of pressure on this young Reinhardt defensive backfield.
Flag is waved off right away. And so the Knights will take a second crack at it.
On the defense, number 33. By rule, the ball will be placed on the 2-yard line. First down. KC.
So there is a flag. He did not wave it off. Now he'll pick it up. I thought he had waved it off. He ruled the pass incomplete. And because he didn't stoop down to pick that up, I assumed he was waving the flag off. And there had not been one. KCU to the 2-yard line and a great chance to score for the Knights. 37 points per game for this offense. They trail by 2 possessions early. 4 minutes to play in our first quarter. The give rolls off one would-be tackler and trapped right near the line of scrimmage. We'll call it a short loss.
So I spoke about how Reinhardt's offense, they really hang their hat on those goal-to-goal short yardage situations. Well, the same goes for Reinhardt's defense. They really want to try to hang their hat on stopping you in those situations. They're trying to push you back, keep you out of the end zone. That's just the mindset that this team has built over the course of Coach Miller's time there.
Still scoreless, the Knights. Pumps, throws to the back of the end zone and right through the hands of his intended target. Big guy dives. I think it's a great opportunity. Just can't suck that ball in.
Conversely, if you're KCU, you get all the way down here. You feel like you have to be able to punch it in, right? Like, that doesn't help either.
No, you lose a couple yards. You know, you lose one on the short rush. You lose a down on the incomplete pass that should have been a score, right? That's right through your hands. And now you suffer a couple on the penalty. And this is a team that I've mentioned a couple of times already, but I can't stress enough. This is a brand new look KCU. They're having their best start in a very long time. Looking sharp in the jerseys, too. I think everything looks great about this program. Wasik in trouble. Stays alive, and he'll run with the ball at the 10, steps around the defender. He got him, throws it away at the last moment, and this one battered down and incomplete. But a flag back in the area of holding. We'll see what the call is.
Multiple flags on the play.
On the offense, that penalty is declined.
That is against the offense, obviously declined.
Downfield, that'll be a 5-yard penalty and also a loss of down. Be third down.
So a long situation put together for these KCU Knights. They need to find some way to get it done.
Yeah, they called the illegal man downfield and then the illegal forward pass. Wasik just doing anything he can to stay alive. Reinhardt, their defensive line, beginning to pin their ears back and generate pressure. That front, Emmanuel Olighton, Damian Deloney, Nathaniel Sanford, when those guys really get going and they start to push that pocket, it gives Reinhardt's playmakers on the backhand chances to get involved as well.
The reverse, throws it, caught, he's in. What a score! Touchdown, KCU Knights.
And it was kind of a tricky little version of the Philly special of sorts. It was snuffed out by Reinhardt up front, but Wasik had just enough space, and what a nice throw. You don't usually see receivers being able to fit a ball into a window on a trick play. It's usually a wide open pass. That was kind of crazy.
I don't know if I'd call it a Philly special, more like a Jimmy John special.
I mean, you know, a Grayson special.
Got it
if
done.
You will.
He got it done.
Yeah, just enough.
That was a great throw. He kept it alive and got trapped, and I thought he was going to go down right there.
Usually when you see the defensive end kind of just sit there and wait,
yeah,
it's like, oh, the play is dead because the receiver's never been in that situation having to evade the rush. But he did a nice little side step, a sidearm throw. That was kind of
– that was great.
That was all
kind of
right.
nice.
That was all right.
Yeah, that was a good score. One possession game again. Now for the point after try, the Knights of KCU. A great passing score.
And good on KCU for being able to cash in, getting down there.
That was Jacob Klein, the sophomore from Clayton, North Carolina, who was able to toss that one into the end zone. Passing touchdown to Jackson Wasik, the quarterback for the touchdown. Really, really nice score. It's a one-possession game in Grayson, Kentucky. The Eagles back on offense.
Your favorite teams, your favorite live streams, your favorite highlights. Be sure to engage with us. Find us now on YouTube at NSBN Sports or visit us at nsbnsports.com.
Back on the right side of your screen where we're at Grayson, Kentucky. On the left side, women's soccer. Columbia leading BSU big time, 3-0. They're in a break here. Union and Point. College football. 10 points on the board for the Bulldogs already.
Union, some snazzy orange uniforms, too. I haven't seen that from them.
We're ready to get back underway in our matchup between the Knights of Kentucky Christian and the Eagles of Reinhardt. Booted away, sailing downfield. Fielded 30-yard line, cuts it up 35. Tries to cut it back at the 40, and he's trapped by a gang tackle and dragged down by the Knights.
So I say it all the time when I'm able to call baseball games, when you have a momentum shift. The momentum shift doesn't mean anything if you can't get a stop in the other inning, so to speak. You're able to score, but if you let Reinhardt come right back down and score, you're back to square one. KCU needs to be able to complete that momentum shift and keep the Eagles off the board here on this next drive.
Key drive, I agree, for KCU defensively. Taylor Jackson throws, it's incomplete.
That was a nice play design there by Reinhardt offensive coordinator Tyler Hennis, and I had a chance to speak with him on the James Miller Coaches Show last week, and he said that he really wants to try to get his playmakers the ball in different ways. So that was a target for number 4, Ethan Rice. You'll see him line up at receiver, also quarterback, running back, do different things. You're going to see a lot of that, just him trying to get the ball to his best guys.
Fakes the give, he'll keep it himself. Jackson rolls forward beyond the 45, trying to reach midfield, which is the line to gain. He'll still need 4.
Yeah, that's number 19, Braden Bohannon in the game. The Kennesaw State transfer. That's another aspect of this Reinhardt offense that we've seen over these last few weeks. I believe in that Lindsey Wilson game, they had 5 different guys take snaps under center. Really just trying to keep defenses unbalanced and off guard. Of course, in these third down situations, you really want to try to have your main guy in there, so you'll see Taylor Jackson in these gotta-have-it moments.
I've got a good story for you on that. 4 yards to go, pitched across, some room, cuts it back in, trouble, trapped and dropped. Huge play, taken down by the KCU Knights defensive line. Tyler Kelly, Blake White right there, the defensive ends get to him. A little bit of trouble, and he can't escape. George Black, the true freshman out of Central High in Louisville, Kentucky. They're all over him, and the Eagles will have to punt. So I use a great company. Tony Britt is a genius of sports information. He's a professor at Boston College, and he helps me and other broadcasters around the country get ready. Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, you name it. That's these charts that I share with you when I do the games, right? They called me to make sure it was right how many quarterbacks had played for Reinhardt. They were like, hey, are the stats right? There's 5 quarterbacks playing for Reinhardt. I said, yes. Unfortunately for me, I do have to keep track of 5 guys.
But all of them, they do something different.
They
bring
do,
something
yeah. They do have
to the
different
game.
tools.
They have a different dimension. So it's not the most conventional thing, so to speak, but Reinhardt, anything but conventional on offense, I would say.
I would say so as well. And, you know, they try to run like a power spread almost, it feels like to me. But then they also are willing to throw it and try different things and run different sets. And you'll see a trick play here and there. And unconventional is probably the best way to describe it. It wants to be conventional so bad, but it's just not.
Yeah, the maturation of the Reinhardt offense has been interesting because it was originally a wing T kind of option offense. And really over the years, it's just kind of transitioned into what you see today.
Give to the right side and pushing his way forward for 4 or 5 yards as they let him keep going to the 20-yard line. Nice carry to start the drive for the Knights of KCU.
And as great as Jackson Wasik has been for KCU, Jovari Gamble has also been just absolutely phenomenal for the Knights in the backfield. They really are going to give him the ball, and he can do a little bit of everything. He can give you yards, getting downhill, get those tough yards, but also if you give him space, he can make you miss as well.
Great vision. Yeah, if you give him a crease, he's gone. Enters today with 3 touchdowns on the ground. Combined 400 yards of offense for KCU. Thrown and incomplete, in and out of the hands of his intended target. Briscoe, the true freshman from Franklin, Kentucky. That one came right off of his hands as Wasik put it directly on target.
Yeah, that was like a sliver of a window that Jackson Wasik had to try to get it into. Again, even his misses, I'm just really so impressed with how he doesn't really have many bad misses. Every time if it's incomplete, it's not really on him. It'll be maybe a drop, maybe just great defensive play. So Wasik, just a very impressive signal caller for KCU.
Last time out, 73% completion. On the season, 70. Wasik's in trouble. Pitches it. It's caught at the 35 and rolls forward down to the 40-yard line. A 20-yard gain, 1st and 10, KCU Knights to the close hash marks.
Yes, he went right back to the well there. Jackson Wasik buying some time. That Reinhardt front not able to get pressure. He was able to take advantage.
Wasik gives it. That's Gamble. Trying to knife his way up inside as our first quarter has come to an end. Lorenzo, your brief thoughts for us on what we saw from KCU and Reinhardt in quarter one.
Well, it's going to be a great game, and the reason why it's going to be a great game is because Jackson Wasik is going to give the Knights every opportunity to be able to stay in it. You know that he's not going to go down without a fight. He's going to keep them in it the whole way.
In Grayson, Kentucky, it's college football, a one-possession game as we head to quarter two. Reinhardt leading 14-7 over the Knights.
Some might ask, what's the hurry? But if it's the difference between getting McDonald's breakfast and settling for a Big Mac, well, run like the wind. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It's like that. Got it, it stays fair.
Welcome back. Wasik going to take off with it quickly out of the quarter change and taken down by the Eagles at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson, a 7-point game. Reinhardt leading, KCU with the ball. Reinhardt has to feel great about that first quarter of action. KCU obviously got one back, and it feels like momentum has gone back the way of the Knights.
Yeah, they have to feel great about being ahead, but not necessarily the way that it ended. KCU, on the other hand, they have to feel really great about the position that they're in. If you would have told them you're down one possession against Reinhardt, would you take it? I'm sure they would.
Knights, he's in trouble, evades one, and goes down deep in the pocket. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, but either way, stopped short. Emmanuel Lighton, the senior from Marietta, making the big play.
And that's such a difficult front to be able to contain when they're able to, again, just pin their ears back and get after you. Damian Deloney, Nolan Marshall, Emmanuel O'Lighton, 3 tremendous pass rushers, just really making life difficult for Wasik.
Knights are going to punt this back to the Eagles of Reinhardt. Return man on the 25-yard line. Reinhardt, a great stable of returners. Colbert, McKee, Gant, Ponder, Diamond. Rolls friendly for KCU back inside of the 25, and the Knights down at there. Great field position for Kentucky. Reinhardt, a long way to go if they want to score. We're just breaking in quarter two.
And generally in these moments where Reinhardt gets into these situations where it seems like the game is teetering and might get out of hand and might get a little crazy, they usually get back to leaning on that running game. So you would expect to see a heavy dose of 5 and 6, Colbert and Walker on this drive.
On cue, it's the senior from Athens. Throws one stiff arm, now 2, still alive. Cuts it back, he's on the 10-yard line, way behind the line of scrimmage. Evades 1, 2, a third, 4th, 5th, 6th. Get him, he's down. Finally stopped by the Knights as he tries to go Barry Sanders in reverse fields. I like the attempt there. He just couldn't find a place to stick it back up inside and probably stepped a few too many times backwards before trying to reverse fields.
Yeah, I like the attempt, but I mean, when you get in a situation like that, sometimes you just have to just say, all right, I'm just going to pick a hole. I'm just going to try to run through somebody, because KCU did a really nice job of staying in their rushing lanes. No one got out of it, which really kept Colbert kind of in a box that whole way.
Man in motion for Jackson and company. This is going to be a check down pass that is caught at the 15, and he'll get a couple back.
But credit to that KCU defense when you're able to get an offense that relies on the run so much like Reinhardt behind the sticks. Now you start to dictate the game to them. The Eagles use the run to set up the pass. When you put them in those obvious passing situations, you put a ton of pressure on these pass catchers, a ton of pressure on the shoulders of Taylor Jackson.
4 out wide, trips left for the Reinhardt Eagles. Jackson and company facing a long yardage situation.
The double mug front.
Eagles, Jackson throws this deep over the middle, and it's caught. He dropped it in amongst 3 receivers, the triple team on the senior from Newport Richie, and he still comes down with the ball.
An absolute dime from Taylor Jackson. And Ethan Rice plucking it out of the air. Again, Ethan Rice, someone who's going to be playing in a variety of different roles. There he showed you he can play some outside receiver. Taylor Jackson leaving it for him, and he was able to corral it.
25th catch of the season, 237 yards for Rice. On the end around, he's got some room, midfield stripe and more, 45, fighting his way down to the 40 of the Knights and driven out by KCU, but not before he moves the sticks and takes the ball into enemy territory.
That's the true freshman, number 84, Ty Jones. He had a touchdown against Lindsey Wilson, someone that Coach Miller said is going to get more and more involved as the season goes on. Right there, just giving him an opportunity in space.
There's the give, follows the right guard and tackle who are able to plow out a couple of yards worth of room. Good blocking by Hollers and Calhoun.
But you see how different this Reinhardt offense moves when that running game is able to get going. They're able to open up their playbook, and they don't just run downhill. They have a variety of different ways to be able to attack on the ground, puts a ton of pressure on defenses.
There seems to be a bit of an opportunity to pick on the KCU defensive line for Reinhardt. Jackson going to do that himself as he lowers the boomstick. Tried to run through a lineman.
Yeah, and I know that the Reinhardt Eagle fans aren't too happy to see him take those type of hits, but
going for it.
He's
going for it.
That's a tough kid. That's a tough kid, that Taylor Jackson. Very tough kid, so he's not afraid to stick it up in there. But, again, you said it best. Reinhardt sees an opportunity here to kind of go right at that KCU D-line. They're good at being able to get after the quarterback. This isn't really what they do here, stopping the run.
Jackson throws quickly. It's caught on the check down pass. 25, and he's got it. That'll move the chains for the Eagles who are threatening the red zone.
Xavier Brantley.
I really feel like the reason they are going to pick on that defensive line, and you'll notice them break down as the game goes on, they're anchored by a 290-pound senior from Polk County, Florida. They have one guy in the rotation that's a junior, and the rest are underclassmen, including 2 true freshmen. Battered away. Could be a fumble picked up by the Knights. No whistle yet. 40 midfield stripe. 3 into their own side of the field. Down the 20 and gone. Touchdown, KCU Knights.
And just taking advantage of plays like that, just a very unfortunate situation for the Reinhardt Eagles. I want to see some confirmation on that call, but again, KCU just playing through the whistle. If you don't hear a whistle, keep playing.
Deshaun Webster, the redshirt freshman from Philippi, West Virginia, to the house.
So I had the pleasure of being able to play against Deshaun Webster last season, and absolutely a player that I remember. He was very good last year. He was the Appalachian Athletic Conference Defensive Freshman of the Year, and he was somebody that I came away from that game saying, he's going to make his mark, and he's going to be a great player for years to come. So it's good to see him continue to take his game to another level.
Snap and hold are good. This one is sent up away and through just under the waiting arms of a Reinhardt Eagle to deadlock us at 14 apiece in Grayson, Kentucky. The Eagles back on offense in a moment.
pushing. Come on.
Back with a kickoff, and this is going to be returned down all the way almost to the 40-yard line. Reinhardt, great starting field position following the scoop and score by Deshaun Webster. Took that a long way to the house to even us up at 14-all.
Now that gives you a lot of momentum mentally and spiritually if you're KCU. On the other side, if you're Reinhardt, you need to have some short-term memory. You got to be able to flush that and say, okay, we're going to get back to playing our game, because really, KCU, they didn't stop them much on that drive. Reinhardt has to feel good about what they can do against them. They just got to finish it.
1st and 10. Jackson right up the middle, and this ball comes out. Kentucky's got it again. I thought he was going to try and pitch it. I'm not sure if it got poked out or if he tried to pitch it and lost the ball, but the Knights will take over at the Reinhardt Eagle 45.
So when you have a defensive front that you feel like is getting attacked and getting challenged, try to force turnovers, get the ball out. 2 consecutive plays, 2 turnovers forced by that KCU Knight defense.
On the left side of your screen, also in Kentucky and Barberville, the Bulldogs are trailing at home to the Skyhawks 10-2. I don't know if somebody wants to send them a memo about what the score should be, but I don't feel like that's a football score. It's 10-2.
10-2.
It's 10-2.
I was watching some playoff baseball the other day. That sounds more more akin to
Guerrero
that.
smoking home runs up in Toronto.
I'm a Yankees fan.
Ooh. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Time out on the field.
Yeah, that one kind of hurt.
That's a rough one. Still battling out in women's soccer in Columbia, South Carolina, where we check in with the Koalas. And BSU, it's 4-0. Koalas are kind of crushing it. Shout out to the voice of Columbia, Mark Shelley, good friend of mine, joined them and their staff from the ECHL. He was the broadcaster of the year for the Swamp Rabbits. And I'm assuming Reinhardt's Eagles must have taken it downstairs in 3 sets because the feed cut really early for the volleyball broadcast. I'm being told, yes, they did take it in 3 sets. Reinhardt battled out early today. That women's volleyball program has been really good to start the year. Seems like they're sweeping every single matchup in 3 sets. Quick look at our matchup again today. What's on the line? This is AAC play. At the half, we'll walk you through the Appalachian Athletic Conference standings so far this year, as well as the top 10 teams around the country and the top 25 in the NAIA. Wants to throw. Wasik launches one downfield, and mission control. We've got a takeaway. Reinhardt gets under it and takes it right back.
And that play was created again by that pass rush for the Reinhardt Eagles. Wasik, he couldn't get the right amount of mustard on that ball. Again, when that Reinhardt defensive line pins their ears back and generates pressure, those playmakers on the back end will feast on opportunities.
And it's the junior safety from Fort Oglethorpe High School, Gabe Helton, who gets the INT. Just falls right under it. What a play.
Gabe Helton's one of my favorite players to watch on this team because he just continues to get better and better every single year. Wasn't really a highly touted guy coming in, but he forced his way onto the field with the way that he carries himself every day.
Battling it up inside, and he'll get 4 yards. Covered Gabe before in high school. Played against the Lafayette Ramblers and called that game. He's got a great name. Quick gain on the ground for Reinhardt. Deadlocked at 14. Back-to-back turnovers there. Taylor Jackson has it poked out or something at midfield. And from the 45, KCU thought they were going to have great field position to take the first lead at home of the year. But instead, Reinhardt gets the football right back. Jackson in trouble and he can't escape. He's tripped up and goes down. Big play, big man. 2 of them in the backfield. And he just can't escape that load.
But that was great coverage right there by the KCU Knights defensive backs. None of the Reinhardt receivers, they weren't able to generate a ton of separation, and you're asking a lot out of an offensive line to be able to protect 6, 7, 8, 9 seconds long. Eventually, those type of defensive linemen, they're able to break off and make a play.
Trips left for Taylor Jackson, 1 receiver isolated on the far side. Everybody's loaded up in the tackle box for KCU, just 4 defensive backs. You could maybe call our man on the close side there a defensive back, but timeout. Down on the field, our officials calling this a delay of game against Reinhardt.
5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Seven and a half still to play in our first half. A lot of time to work with for these sides. Jackson in the shotgun, tailback alongside him, he'll throw. Quickly delivered towards the far sideline and incomplete. Off the fingertips of his intended target, 2 defensive backs there. Reinhardt will punt.
The Eagles just sort of shooting themselves in the foot offensively, and that's sort of been the story for them on offense over the course of this year thus far. You see the talent. We've seen it on numerous occasions, guys making plays. You know that there's a ton of talent on that roster. But it's always just that one turning point play, a loose fumble, an interception, a missed assignment, those little small errors that have really proven to be the difference and have kind of prevented this offense from hitting it into another gear.
Booted away. Long, winding punt rolling inside of the 30. Down to the sideline, and this will be down by Reinhardt's Eagles. What a strike of the ball. He sends that one from the end zone line all the way almost 80 yards in that punt. That's crazy.
End over end, Alex Hansen. He's an absolute weapon in the special teams game for Reinhardt. He's their field goal kicker. He's won the AAC Specialist of the Week a few times. He was an all-conference selection last year. He was second team last season, but I don't see many better than him right now.
Taking a look around the Appalachian Athletic Conference, it is still 10-2 between the Bulldogs of Union and the Skyhawks of Point in Barberville, Kentucky. Back underway in this one. To the right side and trapped immediately. 2nd and 10. Surprising to see this game is still deadlocked at 14. Reinhardt has doubled up the Knights on offense so far. 206 yards of offense for the Eagles, 113 for KCU.
And it's surprising just when taking into account the history between these two teams, Reinhardt being a squad that has generally dominated this series. But the Knights, very difficult team to go up against this season. They proved that by hanging tough against Morehead State.
Wasik is in trouble and dragged down from behind by the Reinhardt Eagles. Emmanuel Olyton, another huge sack. He's got a couple of big plays in the backfield already today.
He does. He's now up to 2.5 sacks this year. He was a 2023 NAIA All-American back at Faulkner. Had 10 sacks for Reinhardt a season ago, stepping up yet again for this Eagle defense.
Olyton makes the play. Now this one thrown incomplete. Looking for Klein. And so it'll be 4th down, and KCU will be forced to punt. That kills another minute and a half off of our clock.
The game is kind of settled here. It looked like we were well on our way to an offensive showcase, and then Reinhardt seemed like they were going to be able to gain some ground. Now after KCU got that scoop and score, both defenses are beginning to really settle in and force these offenses into some tough spots.
5 minutes still to play in this first half as the punt is away. Scrappy in the backfield, able to get that off, and the Knights going to flip some yardage back their way as the Reinhardt Eagles offense will come back to the field. So Reinhardt's offense this season averaging a great clip, 361 yards per game, 190 per game on the ground. They've already got 210 today total offense, most of them on the ground, over 150 yards already rushing, 68 through the air. How do they spark this offense into scoring? They're being productive.
Just continue to bang your head on the wall until it breaks. I mean, eventually you feel like the way that you play wears on a team so much that they're going to submit before you. And that was sort of what happened when Reinhardt played KCU last year. Reinhardt had 392 yards of total offense. 291 of those 392 came on the ground. Just 101 through the air. So they know that it may take a little bit of time. It may not look pretty the entire game, but they feel like eventually as this game continues, they're going to be able to break KCU's will. Now, the Knights doing a nice job of hanging tough thus far.
The give, and he's rolled down to the 35-yard line of Reinhardt. KCU loves that.
Now, everything that I just read off to you, I'm sure that that's something that if you're the defensive line coach of KCU, if you're the defensive coordinator for KCU, I'm sure you're telling those numbers to your guys the entire week. 291 rushing yards. You're really just trying to light a fire under them and see if they can start to rally and really try to make it hard on this potent Reinhardt rushing attack.
Taylor Jackson running with the ball. Quarterback, 40, 45, and he goes down, and that'll move the chains for Reinhardt. They needed 11. They get that and a little extra. Jackson using the wheels to move the chains.
And the counting stats may not be the most impressive from Taylor Jackson, but he makes so many gutsy plays throughout a game that may not show up on the stat sheet. On the stat sheet, that's an 11-yard, 12-yard run. But what that play can mean for your team, it lights a fire under everyone, gets that sideline back into it, and moves the chains most importantly.
Right up inside, 4-5 yards to the 49. Close officials got him closer to the 48. He'll walk it back to that 49-yard line. Medium yardage situation, Reinhardt.
But a play like that just sort of underscores the development of the game of Ja Colbert. Came in again as more of that pace and space guy, someone that makes you miss. Right there, sticking it right in there on that gap scheme play and forcing his way forward for some tough yards.
Right up inside again, and this could be enough to move the chains as they're down to the 45-yard line. Third and short now for Reinhardt University as our clock is closing in on the 2-minute warning. Still in our first half. This one has been a barn burner so far. Reinhardt offense grinding slowly.
It's Jamarion Walker now in the game trying to get this third down conversion.
Right up inside, and that'll move the chains. 1st and 10, Reinhardt. Football to the 41-yard line of KCU.
So I compare that running back stable that Reinhardt has to a great pitching staff, and you can really tell that I've been watching a lot of baseball. But Ja Colbert, he's sort of that starting pitcher. He's that guy that gets you going. First 5-6 innings. Harlem Diamond, you throw him out there on certain occasions. He's a relief pitcher, but very effective in his role. Jamarion Walker, he's a closer. They give him the ball in situations to close the deal.
Lofted across, caught at the 40, and inside of it down towards the 35. Nice little catch and gain all the way out to the 37 of KCU. Reinhardt just keeps it going. They are moving with authority. So look at the last couple of plays. They lost a yard, then Jackson got 11, then 5 yards, and 4 on back-to-back plays, then Walker for 4 yards, and that should take us to the 2-minute warning between these two, as it's still 14-all with Reinhardt driving. We're not going to send you to break. We're going to look around if we can and see what else is going on starting with these guys. This is the Bulldogs and Point on the left side of your screen. It is still 10-2. Again, I encourage you to let them know that is not a football score. I love it. Lots of fun over there today for those guys. Shout out to Barberville. Just trying to hang around and make some action happen. Taking a look around the AAC, Reinhardt's women's volleyball team started the day with a nice victory. Hosted Bluefield, took it in 3 sets. And looks like we're wrapped up between Columbia and Bluefield in women's soccer, as that one has gone final 4-0, taken by the Koalas.
How about that baseball score holding serve out there in Barberville with Union and Point?
I don't know how to feel about it.
I would wonder how to feel about it calling it.
So our player to watch in this game for the Eagles was Taylor Jackson. He has been forcing this drive downfield. We'll see if the Eagles can keep it going as they're pushing towards the end zone. 2 minutes to play in our first half, where it's 14-14.
Reinhardt really trying to impose their will on this drive on the ground.
Given right up inside, drives his way forward. That's a nice short gain, but again, I mentioned it before the break. 11 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards. That is 5 plays in a row with 4 or 5 yards gained.
That's old school Reinhardt football. Again, a team that has its origins from a wing T option style offense. They've built their identity on physical football, so they want to just continue to try to force the issue and impose their will. Now it's going to be on the Knights to try to keep them out.
Jackson fakes the give, could be in trouble, somehow stays on his feet. 35, rolling forward as he tosses this down the sideline, and it's caught. Knights say it's incomplete. Reinhardt says yes. Officials look like they're spotting the ball there. And now into the red zone go the Reinhardt Eagles on an insane, wild catch on the sideline.
And again, turning point plays, those sort of gutsy plays that Taylor Jackson has made a career of making, rolling to his left, evading a rusher, and hitting Cedric Cullors on the sideline.
The senior from Appling, Georgia's 9th catch of the season. Great use of the size. He's kind of a sizey guy. You know, he's not a 6'3" monster like some of these guys are, but good size, uses it, boxes out the defender.
Perfect.
Boxes gets in play. Out. Yeah, 14 yards.
You can tell he was a basketball player.
Thrown right over the middle, and it's caught. 10-yard gain, 1st and goal, Reinhardt Eagles. They're going to mark him at the 9. It looked like the 8 to me. Will they move the chains as there's a timeout on the field?
But again, number 84, Ty Jones, the freshman, getting involved. 2nd touch of the game.
Great throw and catch. Ty Jones. 4th catch of his career. Had a touchdown last time out, as you mentioned earlier. Every catch for him is a highlight reel catch, it feels like. That's a great one. Closing in on our halftime quickly. Before we go to the half, though, and before we wrap up what's happening here, I want to talk to you about the Appalachian Athletic Conference and what's going on around the league. Reinhardt, one of 3 teams that has won a conference game, along with KCU's Knights and the Point Skyhawks, who are in a 10-2 battle with the Union Commonwealth Bulldogs. Bluefield, Pikeville's Bears, and the Red Storm have yet to win one in AAC play this season. So a tight race in the AAC.
Yeah, and you know that it's going to be Reinhardt and U-Pike right up there battling for position towards the top of the AAC. But you have those other teams like Point, like who we're seeing today, KCU, that feel like they're going to have something to say about it before everything is said and done.
Great race for the Appalachian Athletic Conference this year, and they do such a nice job, the front office of the league. Jay Stansel, Bill Pop getting the work done. You're well known to Coach Pop yourself.
Bill Pop, a Reinhardt legend, I would say.
Came from Reinhardt, Mr. Baseball. This is the give. It's a fake, pushing his way up inside, and 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line for Reinhardt. Nice carry down inside.
And that clock is ticking, but Taylor Jackson, he is just firmly operating this offense, has total control over the situation.
40 seconds left in the half. He'll fake the give and loft it for the back corner of the end zone. Wide open. Touchdown, Reinhardt University. Jackson hits that and gets it to go to Colbert.
And that was a quintessential textbook Reinhardt offensive drive there, using the run to set up the pass, getting those defensive guys to just respect the run so much that you're leaving those lanes. Ja Colbert getting right behind the defense, and Taylor Jackson throwing a nice touch pass in the back of the end zone.
30 seconds left to play still in this first quarter as the PAT sails up, away, and between the uprights to make it a 7-point lead for the Reinhardt Eagles again. For return, the Knights, can they find a way to deadlock us before we go to whiteboard time?
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
Back in Grayson. College football, 21-14, Reinhardt Eagles, 30 seconds left to play in this first half. KCU's Knights are looking to make something happen. Booted away. Big bounce just beyond the 10. Return man over the 20 to the 25 and rolls forward after a nice gain. Long way to go for KCU to get the equalizer.
Yeah, especially coming off of what was really a statement offensive drive for Reinhardt. Really true to who they are, true to their identity, forcing the issue against KCU. So the Knights sort of reeling a little bit now. The last thing that you want to do is kind of compound that by making a mistake on offense and giving them another chance to put something on the board. You might just want to sit on this and take it on to the next half.
Knights. Pressure comes, throws quickly down the sideline to the 35. Quick 10-yard gain.
And quarterback hurries and quarterback pressures may not be an official stat in the NAIA, but if it was, I would think that number 1 Emmanuel O'Lighton would be right up near the top of that leaderboard. I don't think I've seen a DN have more almost sacks than him, just forcing the quarterback to get the ball quick, get rid of the ball quickly, just little things like that that don't show up on the stat sheet but really make a difference over the course of a game.
1st and 10, KCU Knights. Wasick ropes this down the sideline, and he fades down at the 50.
But can you tell with that play call inside of 30 seconds to go, can you tell the confidence that KCU has in Jackson Wasick, the confidence that this coaching staff has in him and his pass catchers? They believe that they're due to make a play no matter how much time is on the clock. They're going to give him chances to spin it.
Trips left for KCU. Knights 1 receiver on the close side. Wasick. Pocket collapses. He'll take off. Trapped and dropped for a 1-yard gain. And the clock burning quickly. O'Lighton again making the play. Damian Deloney on top of him. Deloney will probably get the credit on that. Almost to 20 tackles on the season. The junior from Jacksonville, a transfer. He played at Valdosta State, bounced to Kaiser, was good there before coming and playing for KCU. I just saw Cash play against Presbyterian. for Bluefield, and he looks good. Bluefield's quarterback transferred from Lindsey Wilson. Brought up the game, Reinhardt and Lindsey Wilson. It was the same weekend. I got a lot of Lindsey Wilson in my life right now. Kind of cropping up in every corner.
Those Blue Raiders, they're having a nice season too, a top 10 team in NAIA. They came to Waleska and knocked off the Reinhardt Eagles in a place where Reinhardt doesn't lose much, losing at home. They've lost 4 home games in 6 years, so an impressive non-conference win for them.
4 in 6 years. Can we make a T-shirt that says that? Wasick slides through, throws it long, incomplete. Good look. Would have been inside of the 40 of Reinhardt and moved the chains. He was looking for Jacob Klein, covered heavily by Carter Hicks.
Yep, the Creekside alum, Carter Hicks, making a play there. Got to give a shout out to Creekside. Creekside yesterday, they had a game against Drew High School. The score was 91-0. I don't think I've seen anything like that in high school football.
Somehow keeping the clock alive. Just seconds to play in this first half. Time for 1, maybe 2 more plays. Wasick throws quickly. It's caught, and he'll get 20 yards, stepping out at the 35-yard line. Set up to score with just seconds on the clock. Time for just 1 more play in this first half.
And if you had a chance to see there again, Jackson Wasick sort of adjusting himself and getting himself back going. The man who was at his feet after that play, Emmanuel O'Lighton, again forcing him to get rid of it early. He's getting consistent pressure for Reinhardt, but Wasick doing a nice job of staying tough.
Pitched away. And in the end zone, he's got it. It's Jones down the 5-10, slides to end this first half of action. Fans shouting, holding. Everybody's looking back at the referee on that side. A junior from Rockmart, the one who got under the ball for Reinhardt.
Yeah, nobody's more mad than him. That would have been his 3rd interception of the season in just 6 games. We'll see what the official call will be.
Call is against 29 of the defense, so they'll have 1 untimed down. No clock. And a timeout on the field.
Reinhardt, that is their final timeout of the half.
Reinhardt using up their final timeout. Might as well, no time on the clock. Try to ice the KCU Knights, I guess. 1 possession game. Do you feel it's important for KCU to score here, or is it you can take it or leave it in the grand scheme of things? It's just a nicety.
It's not debilitating if you're not able to punch it in, but it would be a huge boost to your morale in that locker room if you can cut into that lead a little bit, cut it to 4, maybe even tie it up with a score with a touchdown. It would just give you a ton of confidence as a team, give you a spark, and it's really different. Right now, you probably walk into that locker room and say, hey, guys, we feel really good about where we are. If you can score here, you're going to have to calm your team down. They're going to be fired up about putting another score on the board and giving themselves even more of a chance against this Reinhardt team.
No time on the clock, so just 1 last play to be run by KCU's Knights.
No time on the clock, no sign of a field goal kicker either. Again, a lot of love and respect for what Jackson Wasick has been able to do thus far, and you can see it with the way that they coach him.
Wasick, and that'll be a false start. Blown dead right away. Encroachment, potentially the call. It looks like they're going to move Reinhardt backward.
On the offense. 5-yard penalty.
No, it is against the offense. A false start will take 5 yards off of what these Knights have gained. They've been working their way downfield, trying to find some way to get it done. Bunch set, close side. After wiping away the Jones INT, Wasik throws to the end zone, and this falls incomplete. So the untimed down is harmless for the Eagles and sends these two to the locker room in a 7-point game. One possession separates us. Reinhardt leading 21-14 in Grayson, Kentucky. Lorenzo, before we go to the locker room, your brief thoughts on half one.
KCU's done a nice job of staying in the fight. They've made some really nice turning point plays to keep themselves in it, but Reinhardt staying true to their identity, forcing the issue on the ground, and they want to try to make KCU eventually wither away in the second half.
Stats, first half thoughts, the top teams around the nation, the Appalachian Athletic Conference, and more when we return with more college football in just a bit on the Southeast Sports Network. 21-14, a 7-point advantage at the half for Reinhardt's Eagles.
Everyone has a ritual. That small thing to keep us focused. A habit we never skip. To clear our minds and elevate our performance. But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Maybe you surround yourself with positivity. Or you need to center yourself. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body. It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Toda mi gente lo siente, 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 toda mi gente caliente, toda mi gente lo siente. Toda mi gente suena, en la favela suena, el techo se me llena, toda mi gente lo siente.
I'm Mauricio Cuevas, defender for the LA Galaxy. The best performance requires the best training. That's why we trust AstroTurf. AstroTurf delivers unparalleled ability, safety, and playability, ensuring every match and session of training is fast and exciting. As a proud partner of the LA Galaxy, AstroTurf continues to provide world-class surfaces, fueling the future of the game.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
Hi there. I'd like to introduce you to McValue at McDonald's. With McValue, you can buy one and add any one of these for only $1. And look at that. You can do the same thing during breakfast. It's crazy. You see, at any moment in the day, McValue can take you to a place where a whole new menu of possibilities exist, inspiring you to order more from life than you could ever imagine. Take a look at your surroundings. Take a look at your environment. Take a look at your past decisions. Take a look at your present. Are you curious about the future? And setting your expectations at perfection is not a way for growth. So I'd use the word curiosity, and that's a long way to get there. But if you stay curious, I think you can get the most out of life's menu. Because if you don't, you're leaving some of those moments on the table. You gotta try to get the most out of life. You might just think McValue adds the power of choice to McDonald's menu, but it also adds the power of perspective. And depending on how you look at it, that might be the most powerful thing you can order. And while you're here, I can't wait to meet you. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The bravest person I know is definitely my dad, 100%.
My friend Sean.
My daughter's Cynthia, and she was in the United States Army.
One of the bravest things he ever did wasn't when he first enlisted, it was when he found his first support group.
Our journey has not been easy.
One of the bravest things he did was when he asked to move in with me and my mom.
I felt like I was lost, and you gave me a place to stay.
When he decided he was going to go back to school after 23 years.
It was the better part of my life that I spent in the Marine Corps. Transitioning out, it's a difficult thing.
She went on foreign soil. She went to war. But the bravest thing she did is when she asked for help.
So I really appreciate it.
I'm worried about Mom.
Mom? She's fine. These are the ones, right, Mom?
Yeah, groundlings.
Sweet potatoes.
Daddy, it's salty.
Some things come with age.
And some don't. Early detection of Alzheimer's can lead to better care for your loved one. Learn the early warning signs at 10signs.org.
Oh, man. Come on, Emma. Come on, Emma. Where is she?
Hey, do you need a hand?
Yeah. My God. Every time with his team, man. Coach, put me on this, man.
Nice dive. Now find your rhythm.
Calm down. Ah! Hey! Okay, man! That boy lit! That boy lit!
Up. That's it. You got one more for you.
Got you. Like the headway. Here she is, guys. She's coming, guys.
Let's go.
Good morning, Emma. I'm right here now. Come on, come to me.
Turn me up, baby!
Onyedi. You're Fatani.
Boss, man, I'm turned up right now, though. Oh, you're violating, man, honestly.
Give me a hand. You're good.
Just don't forget what I sent you this morning. You are equipped. Don't allow anyone or anything to tell you different.
I got something for you.
That's it. One more. You can. I really got it.
Onyedi, chin up, bro. You got a goal in you, man. The left back's gas. Come on.
Come on, Sam. This is looking really good.
You only got 10K left, okay? Your pace is phenomenal. Are you ready?
Can't be talk good. Take the hit. Embrace it. You here for a reason, baby. You are here for a reason, baby.
Yes.
3, 1, 2, 3. Let's go, baby. Mate, that was so sick.
Come on, Emma. Final push, Emma. Come on.
Game time.
Vamos, dale pues, vamos allá, muévete más loco como solo tú sabes. Así es, pon la mano en la cabeza y sacúdete, sacúdete, mira, sacúdete.
Everyone has a ritual. That small thing to keep us focused. A habit we never skip. To clear our minds and elevate our performance. But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Maybe you surround yourself with positivity. Or you need to center yourself. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body. It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Toda mi gente lo siente, toda mi gente lo siente, toda mi gente lo siente, y toda mi gente lo siente, toda mi gente caliente, toda mi gente lo siente. Toda mi gente suena, en la favela suena, el techo se me llena, toda mi gente lo siente.
I'm Mauricio Cuevas, defender for the LA Galaxy. The best performance requires the best training. That's why we trust AstroTurf. AstroTurf delivers unparalleled ability, safety, and playability, ensuring every match and session of training is fast and exciting. As a proud partner of the LA Galaxy, AstroTurf continues to provide world-class surfaces, fueling the future of the game.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
We're at the half between the Eagles and the Knights. It is 21-14, a 7-point advantage for Reinhardt University. And now we are going to take a look around, see what's going on throughout the country, check in on some other games. We'll start here. Good one underway as the lead is in the hands of St. Xavier over Siena Heights with 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. They're just getting started as the PAT is through for the Saints, who will be defunct following this season. flashing across. So many good games underway, and in a break in our 10-2 battle between Point and Union. We'll check in on them again later. A little bit of college soccer on the men's side now. We've already checked in on the Koalas today. And they are battling at home against the Rams of Bluefield in AAC play. Moving it forward, a really good one here. It's number 19, Georgetown College, and Faulkner in Alabama underway. It's 14-0. Tigers lead in that one. That's a look around at some of our games to watch. Now look at the latest standings in college football in the Appalachian Athletic Conference. Only 3 teams, these are sorted by winning percentage in conference play, so only 3 teams have won a game. Everybody who's won is at 100%. Everybody who has not won at 0. The Red Storm, the Bears, the Rams, and the Bulldogs all have yet to win a conference matchup. Point Skyhawks, the Knights of KCU, and Reinhardt's Eagles all have won a game. And the top 25 around the nation has been so good. Grandview leading the way. This is not winning percentage on the right side. That column is total votes received. So Grandview way out in front with 435, followed by Kaiser, Benedictine, Morningside, Friends University, Lindsey Wilson, Montana Tech, Montana Western, St. Thomas, Campbellsville, and that rounds out your top 10. Really good top 25 poll right now. All that and more at NAI.org. They have been electric to start the year, and Reinhardt having a good season as well. Kentucky off to one of their best starts in program history and trying to fend off Reinhardt in their first home game of the season. They would love to take the big win. Will they be able to do it? You and I are going to find out together in what promises to be a thrilling second half of action. We've got some stats to look at. We've also got some other scores to check in on. While we do that, I'm going to throw you across back to more college football. This is St. Xavier and the Saints. Siena duking it out. We looked at this matchup already. St. Xavier is leading by a point, and they've got the football. See what they can do on this drive. And running through some scores from around the nation, starting with the game you can see on the left side of your screen, Point is leading Union Commonwealth. I'm actually kind of upset about this. I made 3 jokes about it in the first half. It is now 10-4. It's 10-4. Guys, score a field goal or something. 10-4. Now they're going to hit a field goal and it'll be 10-7 and no one will bat an eyelash. It's 10-4 in Barberville, Kentucky, where the Bulldogs have 2 safeties.
Maybe we get to 12-4.
It is, in our game, it's 21-14. Reinhardt is leading Kentucky Christian by 7. That's on the right side of your screen. We're going to stay with college football scores, but I'll show you a look again at the Koalas of Columbia on the left side of your screen. 12 minutes to play still in the first half, 14-0, Georgetown and Faulkner. Kaiser and Florida Memorial, 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. It's 14-10, FMU leading Kaiser. That's a really good matchup, talking about ranked matchups. I'll show you that Faulkner battle with Georgetown on the left side. Siena Heights and St. Xavier, you saw that one, 1-point game, lead with St. Xavier. Defiance is trailing to Olivet Nazarene 21-0 as they're just starting the second quarter. And a lot of kickoffs yet to come today in college football around the league. Midland will play Concordia, Northwestern and Briarcliff, Dorton Waldorf, Lawrence Tech and Judson, Morningside, Dakota Wesleyan, Mayville State, and Valley City State all in the shortcoming here coming up soon in NAIA college football action around the nation. It'll be exciting to see when these kick off what the scores are. Jumping to the NCAA and looking around the nation as we wait for this one to get back underway. South Florida smoked North Texas 63-36 last night. So much for being ranked and making a run for the CFP for the poor North Texas side. Florida State and Pittsburgh deadlocked at 14 with just a couple of seconds to play in the first half. Bama and Missouri are at the half where it's 17-10, rolling tide. Illinois got the ball. They trailed to Ohio State 20-0 with 2 minutes to play in the first half. Washington State leading Ole Miss, who is number 4 in the country. Unranked Washington State 7-0. They've got 10 minutes to play still in the first half. NC State and Notre Dame kick off at 3:30. Iowa State, Colorado kicking off at 3:30. Virginia Tech, Georgia Tech coming up at 3:30. Ranked Virginia Tech, I might add. Oklahoma and Texas, Indiana and Oregon, and so many more great matchups today around the college football world. And in our game, it has been an electric one so far, where it's 21-14. Some of the numbers from this matchup that have powered us to this point in the game. Let's take a look around and recap some of the stats from that first half. So looking at the numbers, obviously really exciting groups of plays throughout that half, but the big numbers are going to be individual statistics. Taylor Jackson, 9 for 12, 100 yards and 2 touchdowns through the air on offense. Looked really good. Wasik, 50%, 7 for 14 for 119 yards. Did not score a touchdown. Has the INT. Jacob Klein did throw a touchdown to Jackson, the quarterback. The receiver able to finesse that one in after he evaded a defender in the backfield. And on the ground, Jock Colbert has an even cool 100 rushing yards. Give that man a Benjamin Franklin and a touchdown to go with it with a long of 79. Walker's got 20. Ty Jones with 20 yards. 8 yards for Javari Gamble, who's been electric this year so far at running back for KCU. 4 yards for Wasik. None for Carter. So a really good first half for Reinhardt on offense. Obviously, KCU doing a little more than hanging around. Their third down efficiency, pretty weak though, at 33%, 2 of 6. Reinhardt's Eagles, 5 of 7 on third downs. Also, Reinhardt has run 40 plays to the 26 of KCU, 270 yards to the Eagles, 143 for the Knights. Will these stats start to build up and show some cracks in the game plan in the second half? And what kind of adjustments do you think we'll see, Lorenzo?
Well, you would hope that it would show some cracks in the game plan if you're a fan of the Reinhardt Eagles, because Reinhardt is playing the way that they want to play. They want to be able to use their effective ground and pound attack to set up the pass game, control the clock, control possessions, and then defensively force KCU into some tough, obvious passing situations where their pass rushers can then get after Jackson Wasik and make him really have to work in order to get plays down the field. That's what we've seen so far in the early stages. Remember, we're one play away, that Deshaun Webster scoop and score away from this being a totally different game. Reinhardt hoping to keep that momentum going and really keep their foot on the Knights' neck in this second half.
And that's a look around the nation. Top scores, stats from your game where it's 21-14, a 7-point advantage to the Eagles. Half 2 when we return with more on the Southeast Sports Network.
Some might ask, what's the hurry? But if it's the difference between getting McDonald's breakfast and settling for a Big Mac, well, run like the wind. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It's like that. Got him and stays fair. Everybody feel it, come around with the rhythm, it's a sound. Everybody get down when we give it to you. It's like that.
have to wear a uniform for service or sacrifice. Every day, ordinary Americans perform extraordinary acts of courage and selfless service. Please join us in recognizing citizen heroes who have made a difference in the lives of others through their acts of courage and selfless service in communities across America. Nominate a citizen hero today at themedalofhonor.com.
Welcome back to Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas. Tony, what do you think?
Quincy, it's 2 a.m. You have school tomorrow. Get some rest.
See you tomorrow, Saquon.
You got it, Quessy.
His name is Quincy. The crowd goes wild.
Hey, Quincy.
Quincy! Your son's fantasies are going to destroy my house.
Spin move. Quincy, take the snap. Hike. Here comes Fred Warner.
I'm open.
He's got Jefferson.
All right.
Hit the gritty?
Nah, hit the Quincy.
Where is that boy going?
Nobody was
Your favorite teams, your favorite live streams, your favorite highlights. Be sure to engage with us. Find us now on YouTube at NSBN Sports or visit us at nsbnsports.com.
Back live from Grayson, Kentucky with college football between the Reinhardt Eagles and the Knights of KCU. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson, welcome into the second half, where it's a 7-point advantage for the Eagles, and they will start this half with the ball as he's plowed out over the sideline near the 40. 1st and 10, Reinhardt University. We'll get our first look at their offense in this second half. Lorenzo, they were electric in half one. What to expect from these guys? What should we all be looking for?
I'd expect it to be more of the same, more of what we saw from Reinhardt in that first half, getting the ball early and often to number 5, Ja Colbert, really allowing him to control the game on the ground, mixing in Jamarion Walker from there, and then allowing Taylor Jackson to have some free lanes to find his pass catchers.
The Eagle offense ready to go. Jackson, the keeper, he's in trouble, dragged down from behind. He's able to get back to the line of scrimmage and maybe get a yard, but great play defensively by the big guy. Scooped him right up.
Yeah, so that was number 19, Braden Bohannon in there at quarterback. An early play trying to see if you can just muscle forward for a few yards.
Bohannon taken down by Kelly and Webster. That gets me every time. Bohannon and Kinnaman and Craig and Rice. Here's Rice on the motion across. Handed off up inside. What a spin move, and almost moves the chains. Good gain, just shy of the line to gain. Jamarion Walker gets 7.
So you got a heavy dose of Ja Colbert in that first half. Wouldn't be outside the realm of possibility that you would see a lot of Jamarion Walker here in this one. He hasn't really had that one game where you've just gone, wow, he took it over. But he has that in him. We saw that on a few occasions last season. But this is where he excels right here, these short yardage situations.
Far sideline, and that'll move the chains and more. 7-8 yards, almost 9. 1st and 10, inside of the 45-yard line of the Knights. Eagles hot early in the second half.
Yeah, and think about how much stress a play like that provides, especially when you've already gone to the different options that you have on the play. You have the jet guy that you have to respect. That's Ty Jones. He's beating you already. You have Jamarion Walker out of the backfield. You have to respect him going up the middle. That just leaves room for Taylor Jackson to slide on in there for the first down gain.
Snap is low, wants to throw. Tosses this deep down the sideline, and he just overshot him. Incomplete pass.
And that play was everything that Reinhardt wanted. They had an open receiver down the field. Looks like that was Ty Jones again streaking down the field. Would have been another nice catch. But Taylor Jackson, it appeared that that right arm just got hit right as he threw, and that took a little bit of air out of that throw. Quarterback change again. This is Ethan Rice now in at quarterback for Reinhardt with Harlem Diamond in the backfield with him.
Thank you. Snap, Rice wants to keep it himself. Reverses Fields, 40-yard line. The hurdle as he goes airborne. Flight number 4, you're cleared for a 7-yard gain.
And that was an extremely athletic play there from Ethan Rice. That's what he provides you from that quarterback spot. Just very talented, and they will use him in a variety of different roles.
Right side, trying to get that push from the right tackle and trapped near the line of scrimmage, bowled over backwards.
But a play call like that, you're calling something going up the middle. That means that you've already assumed that you're in 4-down territory. So now you'll get an opportunity to settle back down, get your personnel grouping on the field, and give yourself the best chance possible to move the sticks.
Deshaun Webster is the one who made that tackle. He has been a menace today for Reinhardt. Big piece of the success of the Knights.
But again, this is where Reinhardt really hangs their hat in these situations right here.
Eagles, quick throw, check down pass, 35-30 as he's going to move the chains and more. 1st and 10 Reinhardt when they just needed a couple.
And when you've been killing them in the running game, what better way to catch the defense off guard than dumping it off to your big tight end, Xavier Walker, in the flat.
Walker, 5th catch of the season, junior from Fitzgerald High School. Catches and runs of that. So the football from the 30-yard line for Reinhardt. Deep in KCU territory, threatening to enter the red zone. Quickly pitched across. Knifes his way to the 25, where he's trapped and dropped, gang tackled by 3 defenders.
But now this is exactly what Coach Hennis, the Reinhardt offensive coordinator, wanted, right? He wanted to be able to use his running game to begin to loosen up the back end for KCU, get those guys to press the issue, come upfield a little bit more. Now that opens up opportunities for Taylor Jackson to hit his playmakers down the field, Cedric Cullors, Tyrese McKee, Ty Jones. It gives those guys chances that they probably wouldn't have if the running game wasn't as dominant as it has been today.
The check down is caught over the middle and very close to moving the chains as he's into the red zone. They're going to make that a 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line of KCU. Great little pitch and catch to the right side. Went to Walker, Cullors, now Jones, 9 yards.
And you're seeing those creases in those windows really open up for Taylor Jackson. Much easier to throw against a defense when they're now respecting your running game the way that they have to. And he's so effective at being able to take advantage of those situations.
Fakes the give, pitched long over the top and picked off by KCU's Knights. Right in the breadbasket. Jacob Kane takes it down on the goal line. It'll be a touchback as KCU gets a free possession.
All of the ways to watch your favorite local and regional sports. Join us now on Twitch TV. You can also find NSBN on Amazon Fire TV or visit us live on YouTube as we stream games there as well. Another fan favorite way to watch is nsbnsports.com. You can also find us through our NSBN app, free to download from the Google Play Store, and Roku TV, where you can find all of our content. NSBN Sports, visit us at nsbnsports.com.
Back on the campus at KCU, and the fans are not happy about the spot of the ball. I thought it was a touchback as well. From the 1, KCU trying to fight out of the shadows of their goalpost. One Eagle says it's a safety. Referee says no, 1 yard line, 2nd down. 9:45 to play in quarter 3 as we're just getting into the second half.
College football, it's the Eagles at the home of the Knights in Grayson, Kentucky. Crucial AAC matchup, and only one touchdown separates us, 21-14.
And it is a sudden change for that Reinhardt defense, but it really is advantage Reinhardt in this situation, having them at the 1 yard line. You really just want to try to push them back and force them into a tough situation here.
Wasik, he's in big trouble. Escapes, throws down the sideline. This is incomplete. Needed that. It makes it 3rd down, and they're on their own 1.
And Wasik isn't a conventional scrambling type of quarterback, but he has some nifty moves in the pocket to stay alive in certain situations. Reinhardt is getting consistent pressure, but they have not gotten home to Wasik on many occasions in this game.
No, and I talked about his ability to move a little bit during our pregame. Super difficult to contain. 13 total touchdowns this year, at least entering the day. Now you can add a receiving touchdown for the sophomore as well. Number 9 wants to throw right over the middle. It's incomplete. He was in big trouble, and I think that's a great decision to get rid of that.
Yeah, again, that Reinhardt defensive line forcing pressure. Wasik, he's not going to go down without a fight, but they're making him have to work extremely hard to be able to make plays for his team down the field.
So they'll boot it back to Reinhardt's Eagles. That kills a couple seconds of clock. KCU gifted a prime opportunity. Now with 8:23 to play still in the 3rd quarter, they're going to have to punt it right back. Sent away by Kentucky Christian. Rolling back behind midfield. Eagles field this 45-50, 45-40, 35-30. Can't quite make it there as he is stood up and driven out.
And if you're Reinhardt, you'll take that, right? Because Taylor Jackson being a little bit aggressive on that play with the turnover, but your defense is able to hold firm. Not only that, Ja Colbert getting you back into great field position. It's almost like the drive didn't end.
It is about where they left off. They'll pick up and take another crack at it. Taylor Jackson at the half, 9 for 12 with 1 INT. Throws a second interception in the second half. Reinhardt will try to get him involved again. Give. Pinballs off one defender and dragged down at the 30. A gain of 4 for Reinhardt to start the drive. Colbert, the one going to work.
Jamarion Walker was tabbed to get things going for Reinhardt in that last drive. Now Ja Colbert making things happen.
Flag right away. Reinhardt going to lose 5 yards on the false start.
Yeah, some movement up front. That was left guard Janas Daniels, the native, the former Colquitt County Packer. A little bit of movement there. This is his first game back. He missed a few games due to injury, so still really kind of rounding in the form for him.
Eagles trying again. Same side, got a great block from the left tackle and slides inside of the 30 down to the 27-yard line of KCU.
Running right along that left side behind Janas Daniels, Zach Lyle, Reinhardt's All-American left tackle, as well as Xavier Walker, the tight end. Those guys forming a convoy for him to be able to really muscle in there and get some great yardage.
290-pound Xavier Walker, 290-pound Zach Lyle. Pinky is 300 pounds, the senior who moved over from center. Even the true freshman in there, a 300-pounder. You pull Ben Hollers. I mean, that's just a crowd of buffalo coming at you. Short yardage situation, given off. Walker knifes once, twice, 1st and 10, Reinhardt Eagles. They'll move the chains just outside of the red zone at the 23 of the Knights.
And a running back like Ja Colbert, he just makes you right. Now, you want to be able to get as much forward movement as possible, but sometimes on these zone plays, you kind of want to move the defense horizontally, allow Ja Colbert to be able to pick which hole he wants to go into eluding a defender and cutting it all the way back to the backside B gap.
Again, the Eagles on the ground over the 15 and out. Nice gain on 1st and 10 and threatening to move the chains deep in the red zone at the 15 of KCU.
And another touch for number 4, Ethan Rice. The last time he had a carry, it came from the quarterback spot. This time, flexed out in the slot, coming in motion and getting it on the jet sweep. Right on cue, you get down to the green zone, the red zone. Who's in the game? For the Eagles, the closer, Jamarion Walker.
Walker just a bit behind the quarterback. He'll take the give. Great blocking on the left side of the line, and it's 1st and goal for the Eagles as he is able to slide his way down inside of the 5 for Reinhardt.
And you see him slamming the turf after that. He really wanted that score. He wants to stay in the game, and he wants to finish this drive off. It looks like Coach Miller and Coach Hennis, they're going to give him a chance to do just that.
Walker has scored 4 touchdowns this season. Leading by 7, Reinhardt threatening to score. Still in the early stages of our second half. 5 minutes to play in the third quarter in this one-possession game. Great grinding drive by the Eagles. Can they cap it? Man in motion, Walker the deep back. From under center, he gets it to the right. This freshman center pushes one inside. They stopped him just shy at the 1-yard line. Anthony Green turns his right hip forward, his left hip back. Ben Hollers, the senior from Kennesaw, Georgia, the North Cobb grad, pushing the other way, and it's just not enough. From under center, there's the give, and this time he's in. Daniels, Green, pushing away space. Touchdown, Reinhardt Eagles.
In any situation, goal to go. You know who's getting the ball. You know where it's going. It's going to big number 6, Jamarion Walker. And right on cue, closing the deal for the Eagles and extending their advantage.
Jamarion Walker scores the rushing touchdown. His first of the game. He's got 41 yards today. It's his 5th touchdown of the season for Reinhardt. Ball is floated up away and between the uprights on the PAT to make it 28-14, a 2-possession game for the Reinhardt University Eagles. We'll keep it here. Lorenzo, I want to hear your thoughts on the drive we just watched and how Reinhardt was able to get the ball back right away from KCU and score. While you talk about that, I'm going to flip you around a couple of other games.
Yeah, so you can tell that momentum shift could have been really debilitating if Reinhardt was not able to really get the ball back as quick as they did. But forcing a quick 3-and-out, getting the ball right back after a great return from Colbert, getting it back around the same spot where you lost it, really made you feel like, hey, we didn't really lose much. All we did was lose a little bit of time, get back to playing our game, our style of play, and finishing it off with a Jamarion Walker walk-in touchdown.
Walk-in touchdown is right. He looked like that was easy. Our game on the right side of your screen on the left, it's 8-7, St. Xavier leading the Siena Heights Saints. Now we go to Barberville, Kentucky, still in state, where it was 10-4 at last check. 2 safeties scored by Union. Can I talk to you guys for a second? Can we just have a conversation real quick? And we're going to flash across another quick look where it's halftime between Faulkner and the Tigers of Georgetown. That's a really good one. Number 19, Georgetown out of Kentucky. 1-0. The Koalas of Columbia are leading in a battle against Bluefield and the Rams. Super good one underway there, as in our game, it is a 2-possession lead for the Reinhardt Eagles with 4 minutes to go in quarter 3. So now they'll kick the ball back to the Knights of KCU. Reinhardt's numbers just getting even stronger. Talked about the offensive stats at the half and how they were just racking up the yardage. Obviously, you've got the turnover you have to chalk up, which is a pretty big negative. if you suffer that against the wrong team, it just completely kills your day.
For sure.
But they're able to wipe it away. KCU ends up pinned on their own one instead of getting the safety. The Knights of KCU, the offense back to work. Bunch formation. The give follows the outside hip of the right tackle and trapped before he can reach down to the 35. Able to fight his way forward and through. Huge gain to start the drive.
All of the ways to watch your favorite local and regional sports. Join us now on Twitch TV. You can also find NSBN on Amazon Fire TV or visit us live on YouTube as we stream games there as well. Another fan favorite way to watch is nsbnsports.com. You can also find us through our NSBN app, free to download from the Google Play Store, and Roku TV, where you can find all of our content. NSBN Sports, visit us at nsbnsports.com.
In Grayson, Kentucky, 28-14, Reinhardt leads KCU with the ball. Wasick wants to throw, quickly thrown. I like the look. Flat-footed, just tried to pop that over the middle. Medium yardage situation from their own 36. 5 out wide for Wasick and company. Line to gain is the 42 of KCU. In trouble, 3 in the backfield, evades a pair, 35-40, and popped as he slides out of the game. 1st and 10, KCU Knights. An Eagle just got thrown to the ground on the sideline.
Yeah, it's getting kind of crazy over there on that sideline. Yeah, the fans don't really love that from the refs, but I say I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Tensions are high. It's football, right? Tensions are very high. Different things are said, different things are done. As long as it doesn't lead to something crazy, there's a difference between trying to control the game and calm things down and just kind of throwing flags on isolated incidents. I think that was more of an isolated incident, so I'm happy that they're not going to allow that to dictate the action that we see on the field.
Yeah, recently I've been doing a lot of pro soccer, and one thing I like about the former players, they always say to me is, as long as it's called the same both ways, how can you complain?
Yeah, so maybe the hit was a tad late, so you allow the retaliation, and then it's over.
Wasick, 45 midfield, down at the 49-yard line. They're going to put him right on top of the 50. Great field position as KCU continues this drive, just grinding slowly as we head towards this fourth quarter. Killing a lot of clock on this drive.
Yeah, but do you think that it was sort of a coaching decision, what we're seeing from Jackson Wasik? Wasik earlier was doing a lot of sticking around in the pocket, doing some movement to try to keep plays alive. Now he's just tucking it and running. Do you think that's something his coaches told him to focus on doing more of?
Have to think so. I think that they gambled, Reinhardt being they, gambled that KCU would not let him out of the pocket. They would try to keep him inside and protect him. Underclassmen, his body is not as big and beefy as some of these other upperclassmen football players at the collegiate level. Trying to hope that he's going to stay in the pocket, be protected, even though he is mobile. They're looking for rollouts, not carries downfield. Closing in on the fourth quarter. Wasik fakes the give and throws it across and over midfield to the 44 of the Reinhardt Eagles. That'll also move the chains for the Knights. KCU getting the play call in. Offensive coordinators Joby Sullivan. Jason Aubrey, the head coach, right alongside him. Trips right for KCU. Knights move Javari Gamble across, the redshirt freshman. Wants to throw. Caught wide open. Great play design. Free down the sideline, Jacob Klein. 1st and 10 again for the KCU Knights, who are driving.
So you asked me in that first quarter what my takeaway was, and my takeaway in the first quarter is pretty similar to what I see now. Reinhardt having the mechanisms to dominate, but Wasik is going to keep his team in the game.
Long ball downfield, competing for it, no flags. Hotly contested, well played defensively by the Eagles, man. All over him. KCU thought they might have something.
So if you're just watching the game with a naked eye, you're not looking at the scoreboard, it looks like Reinhardt is really taking it to KCU and they're really having their way. It's those, again, turning point plays that have been the difference. The scoop and score from Deshaun Webster and Jackson Wasik on this drive. It seems like every time his team needs it, he makes a play.
Knights thrown incomplete. Trying to generate something. Incomplete pass, just a couple of moments left until we head to our fourth quarter between these two.
They were down here, down the stretch in the second quarter. They weren't able to cash in. Probably if they would have had one more minute, they could have made something happen. This time, the full playbook at your disposal, a little bit more to work with. You want to be able to take advantage of getting all the way down the field on this Reinhardt defense.
Wasik and company from the pocket, thrown to the sideline and caught on the lip of the red zone at the 20. 1st and 10 and threatening to score the KCU Knights.
In that passing game for KCU, they're starting to get into a nice rhythm. Jackson Wasik taking his drops. He seems to have a good feel for what to do in the pocket when it collapses, when it stays together. Those pass catchers finding some gaps in the Reinhardt defense. They're in a nice groove right now, and a bit of a dangerous time if you're a Reinhardt Eagle fan, because you know that KCU has the ability to force turnovers. If it's a one-possession game, ball security will be paramount for Reinhardt's offense.
Just seconds left in this third quarter. Rolling, in trouble, evades one, tossed deep for the end zone, and this will sail incomplete. And KCU tries the deep shot to end the third quarter. 1 to play between the Reinhardt Eagles and KCU. The Knights trying to stage a 2-possession comeback. Can they start the third strong with a touchdown?
Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Buffalo's Cafe for the football season.
We didn't come to fix Marco's brakes because it was convenient or fast. We did it because Marco has bigger fish to fry and a lot of hungry people to feed. Kraus Family Ford. Passion drives purpose.
Fourth quarter is here. It is a two-possession game. Eagles are leading the Knights 28-14 in Grayson, Kentucky. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson, KCU in the red zone. The give right up the middle, part the C. Mr. Red to the house. Touchdown. KCU carries that one in from 20 yards out.
You've been spreading the defense out by utilizing your passing attack. How about a nice up the middle, up the gut carry from Javari Gamble? KCU drawing within one score.
Great score for the Knights. Took that to the house with ease. Now for the point after try. That is through and good. And so we're within one possession again in Grayson, Kentucky, between the Knights and the Reinhardt Eagles.
Your favorite teams, your favorite live streams, your favorite highlights. Be sure to engage with us. Find us now on YouTube at NSBN Sports or visit us at nsbnsports.com.
Return man fields this back deep. Welcome back to Grayson, Kentucky. Reinhardt Eagles out to the 30, and that's where he stopped. And they'll start this drive with good field position, leading by one possession, 28-21 over the KCU Knights. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson. Lorenzo, how important is this possession?
I mean, it's incredibly important just because of the time of the game that you're in. You're in the fourth quarter. You need to be able to control some of that clock, which Reinhardt has been able to do, right? They've been able to utilize their ground attack to control this game. You have to continue to do that and really force KCU's defense into some tough spots. Starting off with Braden Bohannon and Harlem Diamond in the backfield.
Right away. So after Javari Gamble scored on the 20-yard touchdown rush, his first touchdown of the day, Gamble, fourth of the season. Reinhardt trying to spark something to respond.
So Bohannon remains in the game. That change of pace quarterback, not really used to seeing him take multiple snaps in a row, so we'll see what he can do in some extended time here.
Quarterback keeper right up the middle, over the 35, he goes down. Medium yardage situation, KCU fans are fired up. Here comes Taylor Jackson.
So now when you get into situations like that, the home crowd, they're going to be saying, hey, that's a flag. Hey, that's a flag. Every little move and every little flop that you see. That's just normal. That's normal. Again, the refs, they have control of the game. It's getting testy out there, but that's to be expected. That's what this game is. That's what this sport is. Don't allow those extracurriculars to take over the game, but don't allow them to have an impact on what happens on the field.
12 and a half minutes to play. They need a long four. Jackson lofted across, and that is right down the sideline near the line to gain. He steps out, and they're going to mark him short by a yard.
Short by a yard. I wouldn't be surprised to see Coach James Miller leave his offense on the field. He's an aggressive coach, an aggressive coaching style. He believes in his team in these type of situations, and they've been money in these type of situations so far today.
Miller and Hennis are dialing up a play call. Ethan Rice swaps sides of the fields with Xavier Brantley. The home crowd growing loud. Taylor Jackson in the shotgun. Tailback to his left is Harlem Diamond. Man in motion. Jackson fakes the give right up the middle. 45 midfield stripe. Opposing 45 inside of the 30. Jackson free into the 20. Looking for the house call, and he's down. Reaching for the end zone. I think they'll put him at the 1 yard line. Reinhardt's Eagles. First and goal. Taylor Jackson takes it 60 yards right up the middle.
And we're going to have to give Taylor Jackson a little bit more credit, a little bit less than sneaky athletic. We're going to have to give him something a little bit better than that, because that looked extremely athletic there. I'm still looking for the right adjective for it, but what a play there from Taylor Jackson. Another gutsy play there for his team.
3 out wide. Quarterback over the top. Hello, end zone. Touchdown, Reinhardt University Eagles.
Taylor Jackson taking out the do-it-yourself kit on that drive, getting the 4th down conversion, getting them all the way down the field. You just knew that number 9 was going to finish it off.
34-21 Reinhardt. Eagles back out ahead by 2 possessions with 12 and a half to play. Huge score for Reinhardt to try and keep Kentucky Christian at bay. Now for the point after try. Reinhardt knocks it through. And so the Eagles lead 35-21 in our 4th quarter. 35-21. Really impressive stuff. We'll take a look at a couple of other games going on around the country. St. Xavier leading 15-7 over Siena Heights. A super nice possession right there for Reinhardt. A 60-yard rush for Taylor Jackson. Finished it off, went over the top. In our game on the right side, getting ready for kickoff. We'll go now across the state of Kentucky, where they're in a break. Barn burner between the Skyhawks and the Bulldogs of Union. Keeping tabs on this one, it is the ranked Georgetown Tigers and Faulkner hosting them in Alabama. They're at the half and having fun on homecoming as well. And a little bit of men's soccer action for your Saturday afternoon. 2-0, Koalas leading Bluefield. So Reinhardt will boot this back to KCU and the Knights. Just over a dozen minutes to play in Grayson, Kentucky.
Taylor Jackson putting the finishing touches on that one. He made an unfortunate mistake with the interception, but then coming right back and showing off the guts there, the long run and finishing it at the goal line.
Ball skeeters off. Good field position coming up for KCU and the Knights. They've got to go a long way. And I would say with so little time left to play, you basically have to score and turn a couple of unanswered possessions in a row to try and force overtime.
Yeah, and they have their own quarterback that they trust and have a lot of faith in Jackson Wasick, so he's going to give them a chance. Now, if you're the Reinhardt defense, specifically that Reinhardt defensive line, you have to feel like this is exactly what we want. We want them to have to throw the ball down the field, have to have long developing plays. Those guys in the back end, Braylon Jones and Markel Sutton, they're licking their chops, hoping to have some nice lofting balls in the air that they can take advantage of.
KCU. Wasik. Rolling. Running. Throws it. And this is caught. Kentucky Christian, a 12-yard gain. 1st and 10, just shy of midfield.
And they were able to force Wasik out the pocket, but again, keeping the play alive and throwing a strike down the field. This is morphed into a quarterback duel of sorts between Wasik and Jackson. Our players to watch really showing off here in Grayson, Kentucky.
I really feel like it has. I like that description. Knights man in motion. Fake the give to him. It's the tailback who is stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Now, passing yards, the way that offenses are, you're going to give up passing yards, especially when a team is trailing in the game and they're working hard to try to get back into it. Your coverage may not be as pressed high up against them. You're going to give up some passing yards. But when it comes to yards on the ground, specifically in a game like this, those are the ones that are going to come back to haunt this defense. You do not want to give them chances up the middle.
Long ball downfield. He's got it. Inside of the 30, down to the 27-yard line.
And I said it on that last drive that the KCU passing attack seemed to be getting into a nice rhythm. Well, they've kept that rhythm going into this next drive. Even though their defense gave up a touchdown, they are firmly in control and in command offensively, and they have Reinhardt's defense on its heels.
Hicks, the one who caught that pass a moment ago. Now with 3 out wide, it's 1st and 10. Long throw down the sideline goes incomplete, intended for the final receiver down there. Looking for Klein, just couldn't get it in there.
So now we're seeing Reinhardt make some moves up front, cycling through a few different defensive linemen. Those rushes don't really come off as hard. They don't come off as fast as drives continue. As you get to that 6th play, that 7th play of the drive, Eagles going with a few different personnel groupings, trying to stay fresh up front.
From the 27-yard line, fakes the give, the quarterback spins and is dropped right near the 30. KCU more or less in do or die time. 3rd and 11. With so little time left, I would say you've basically got to score every possession and keep unanswered from Reinhardt's Eagles.
Yeah, we've seen Reinhardt go to this look on a few separate occasions. The 3 defensive linemen, the 2 linebackers pressed up against the line.
Thrown to Gamble, tipped and dropped, nearly picked off at the 30. Incomplete pass stops the clock with just over 10 minutes on it in quarter 4.
I'm a big fan of that play call there. Try to get that team reeling, catch them on a screen pass. But Jacorian Greer, he was waiting on it. He was right there ready to make a play. Kamari Poindexter not far behind him. And at this point in the game, it's 4-down territory.
Fourth down, Wasik in trouble. Long ball back of the end zone. Cobb catches it. Touchdown, KCU Knights.
And this has become a quarterback duel here in Grayson, Kentucky, folks. Taylor Jackson getting his team on the board. Jackson Wasik with an answer.
Incredible score by Cobb, fading in the back of the end zone. That's nuts. Wasik keeps his day going. Now good for 215 yards, his first passing score right there. Cobb picks up his first touchdown through the air of the day. Good for 6 this season.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 13 on the offense.
And they're going to hit Cobb with an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
The Boo Birds were out, too. They didn't like that one. They didn't like that one.
A little too much Selly, I think, for our referees.
Reinhardt is challenging the catch. on the play.
Yeah, I think Coach Miller's going to throw out that red flag and challenge the ruling of a catch, but even still, we're seeing, again, both quarterbacks sort of put their respective teams on their backs, and they've taken control of this game. We saw Taylor Jackson on the ground get it done for Reinhardt. Jackson Wasik threw air over there. He had a receiving touchdown earlier in this game as well. I haven't seen all the teams play in the AAC just yet, but you very well may be looking at the two best quarterbacks in this conference.
So a challenge on the field. We'll keep it here. You can stay with us, but we'll show you around while they review this. Obviously, they have to go to the tent and take their time. On the right side of your screen, it's our game where we're in a challenge. 15-7 is St. Xavier's leading Siena. Is it pouring rain there? That looks miserable.
Yeah, some sort of spirit squad presentation.
Finding out about the rain. Anyhow, great game between those two. Continues to be close. They were on a break last time we visited Union. Hopefully they've got more than two safeties going on. Take a look at the live scores from around the nation while we wrap up this challenge. Touchdown stands for KCU in our game. 35-27. KCU trailing to Reinhardt by one possession with 10 minutes to play. It's 18-10 Union Commonwealth. Do you think it was all safeties they scored?
I wouldn't put it past them. Honestly, I wouldn't put it past them.
Big shout out to my guys up in Barberville, Kentucky. They're great. Bradley's always a fun chat. Now for the point after try. Snap is good, hold is good. This is up, away, and between the uprights. Reinhardt Eagles back on offense, leading by a possession next.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that the big homie needs help too. You can't just rebound from everything. I know you've been grinding.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. I wonder why we waited so long. I'm not wondering anymore. Love, you're mine. Let's see how far we can go.
Back with kickoff in Grayson. And a one-possession game. Reinhardt return man, 35-40, tripped down hard. And good starting field position as the Eagles' offense will come to the turf.
So now the pressure swings back in the direction of the Reinhardt Eagles. KCU's offense, I said it a few possessions ago, seemed like they got into a rhythm. They have Reinhardt's defense reeling. Now Reinhardt offensively, they need to be able to keep their foot on the gas pedal as well and continue to put points on the board. Can't afford to have an empty possession. Braden Bohannon back in the game for Reinhardt as well.
And in trouble. He's sacked immediately. 5-yard loss as he tries to cut it to the outside, and the bounce too deep.
And the Eagles try to go to one of their different wrinkles on offense that they've been using over the course of this week. Bohannon going to the left, but just not able to find any running room. KCU, they've done a better job as this game has gone on of being able to slow down that quarterback rushing attack. Eagles will not be shy about using the Q in those running situations.
Eagles right up the middle, and they'll get a full 5 back to the original line of scrimmage.
And that was a nice hard run there by Harlem Diamond, but it kind of gives you a perspective on how big that last play was for KCU, forcing that 6-yard loss. That was about a 6 or 7 yard gain for Harlem Diamond. That's the difference between 3rd and very manageable and 3rd and long.
Reinhardt Eagles offense ready to get back to the grind. And stopped. Headed backwards on the penalty.
Delay game on the offense, number 9.
And I think the KCU crowd, they deserve a ton of credit for that delay of game penalty. Those guys, they're really getting involved into the game. You can tell that they're starting to believe in their team. They were losing some belief. They were quiet earlier in the game. Now they're on their feet. They're making noise. It's rocking down there in Grayson, Kentucky.
Thrown right over the middle. Reinhardt's got it midfield stripe. Spin move, 45, 1st and 10. Eagles into the Knights territory all the way down to the 44-yard line. What a catch and run.
And no guts, no glory. Taylor Jackson, another gutsy play there. The completion of Cedric Colors, and he does the rest. Little spin move there to move the chains.
First and 10, Eagles. On the end around, he fakes it, keeps it himself, takes a big shot right at the line of scrimmage.
Does take a big shot, but just what he does, he's right back up and he's ready to keep going. No sign of any quitting him. Again, a lot of guts in Taylor Jackson, and he's showing a little bit of everything within his skill set in this game, including his toughness. Colbert hasn't really gotten involved much here in the second half.
2nd and 10, thrown across to the far sideline and just overshot his intended target in Walker. Brantley, rather, excuse me.
Yeah, you saw Ja Colbert on the bottom of your screen holding his hands up, asking for the ball. He hasn't really had a whole lot of touches here in the second half. May want to try to see if you can get him something in space, see if you can get him going. That can go a long way towards allowing your team to have another guy that the defense sort of has to account for. You think that the Knights may have forgotten a little bit about him too. We'll see what happens. Flag around the line of scrimmage might be a procedure penalty, and that's exactly what it will be, pointing in the direction of the Reinhardt Eagles.
Needing 15 yards, Reinhardt. Jackson throws it long, and it's incomplete. He touched it, couldn't hang on to the ball.
And some more unforced errors by that Reinhardt defense. Those penalties, they just continue to come at the absolute worst times for Reinhardt. Already a 3rd and long. You make a 3rd and long, a 3rd and even longer, a 3rd and 15. So much pressure on your team. Great on KCU to get off the field and give their offense that's rolling another chance at it.
Eagles are on to punt, and they lead by just 7. Return man, trapped, hemmed in, and goes down quickly.
24-yard line. So they'll take over the first down.
So we'll see the offense of KCU again, and they struggled in that first half, but since the halftime break, it feels like they've been on fire. Play after play. Wasick, 286 yards, a couple of touchdowns, one on the ground as a receiver, one through the air. Gamble has been good as well. He's got a touchdown on the ground. Cobb caught a touchdown on their last possession a moment ago to bring us within 7 points. The give right up the middle and nowhere to go for Gamble, who rolls forward for a medium yardage gain.
But now KCU, they're playing the way that they want to play. In that first half, it was Reinhardt dictating the style of game. Now KCU offensively, they've started to dictate the game. They're spreading Reinhardt out. Look at those wide splits from the receivers. So much ground to cover.
Wasick throws long over the middle. It's caught at midfield. 1st and 10. Knights down to the 45-yard line of Reinhardt.
And we see it a little bit from Josh Heupel at Tennessee, utilizing those wide split formations. It's so difficult to cover if you're a defensive back, already trying to cover the best athletes in space. But when you give them all that space to work with, it's almost impossible.
Long ball down the field from the 45, caught inside of the 20. Knights man spins down to the 15. Back-to-back huge completions for the sophomore from Kentucky, Jackson. And now the Knights threatening to score. Briscoe, a play ago. That was a great cut to the inside. Uses his size. He's 6'4" to shield the ball from the defender and took it in. That one just right in the breadbasket.
And they're right back on the line.
Wasick throws it for Cobb. Caught. Touchdown. KCU within 1 point of the dominant Reinhardt Eagles.
And that KCU offense just continues to roll and roll and roll. Jackson Wasick again showing that he's going to be a force to be reckoned with in this Appalachian Athletic Conference for years to come, stepping up yet again, scoring for the Knights.
The second touchdown of the day for Wasick through the air, the second receiving touchdown of the game for Cobb. 35-34, Reinhardt leading by just one. On for the big PAT, the Knights. They decline a 12th man penalty against Reinhardt, an extra defender on the field. 5 minutes, 11 seconds to play.
And you could tell when you looked at that score when Reinhardt played Morehead State that this was a different KCU team. This would be a KCU team that can really have something to say about the top of the standings in the Appalachian Athletic Conference. And they're hanging tough with the defending 10-time conference champs right now here in Grayson.
35 all in Grayson, Kentucky. We return where Reinhardt tries to get back on top. Back in Grayson, Kentucky with kickoff. Reinhardt fields it from their 5. 15, stumbles, 20. Cutting it back, trying to knife his way through to the 25 and dropped just beyond the 20-yard line. Reinhardt will need to go 77 yards if they want to score on this drive.
And now all the momentum is pointed in the direction of the Knights. The Reinhardt offense, they were playing with house money for most of this entire second half, playing with either a 1-possession or a 2-possession lead. Now it's got to have it time. You have to make a play in order to get your team the victory. and they're going to have Taylor Jackson in the game in this situation, joined by Ja Colbert. Who else would you trust in this situation on this Reinhardt roster other than that duo of Jackson and Colbert?
1st and 10, Reinhardt as they start the most crucial drive of their day.
And another unforced error from the Reinhardt offense. Penalties coming at the absolute worst times. That KCU crowd, they're getting into it. The camera is shaking. The stadium is rocking. It is getting crazy here in Grayson, Kentucky, Gabe.
So Reinhardt will try again. Right up the middle, driving his way forward. They'll get right back to that line of scrimmage.
And very similar to that gain on the last drive from Harlem Diamond, that's a very nice 5-6 yard gain. But if it comes on 1st and 10, it does a lot more for your offense. Now, instead of it being 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4, it's 2nd and 9. Really changes the way that you have to approach the game from a play calling standpoint.
They give to the left. Pinball's off a defender and dragged down before he can reach the line to gain. Football all the way up to the 33-yard line of the Eagles. Reinhardt must move the chains. KCU is surging right now.
They are surging, but Reinhardt in a situation where they need to find a way to get down the field, they're going to give the ball to their best player, number 5, Ja Colbert, and they're going to allow him to control and finish it off.
Eagles, man in motion. And Colbert moves the chains.
Ja Colbert, he really wasn't involved much in this second half. Now in a situation with Reinhardt sort of on its back foot here in this game, situation where they need to find some points. It's good to see him get the ball 3 times in a row and move the sticks. And the second part of that dynamic duo now in the game in Jamarion Walker. More movement up front from that Reinhardt offensive line. Again, the crowd for KCU, they deserve a ton of credit for a few of these false start penalties. This one going up against number 87, Austin Davis. He moved a little bit early. You can tell that kind of ticked off some of his teammates. But they're going to have to shake that off and get themselves back into it.
Reinhardt, they'll try again. Ball's loose, scrambling for it. Knight's on top of him, throws it away. It's going to be incomplete as he gets it away just in time, and the play is stopped.
And how about the presence of mind for Taylor Jackson to be able to just get rid of that one, just give himself and his team another shot. Bad snap from the Reinhardt Eagles. Again, these unfortunate, unforced errors have been the story for them offensively for much of this season, and in particular down the stretch of this game.
Crisis narrowly averted. Reinhardt, long toss, caught, 40, 45, spins from midfield, beyond the stripe, 1st and 10 and more, all the way to the 45 of the Knights. Huge gain for the Eagles, who for the moment had their backs up against the wall. They're able to convert and buy themselves some breathing room, but they still have a lot of work to do, 45 yards from the end zone.
You're correct, a lot of work to do now, under 3 minutes remaining. But backs against the wall, that seems to be where Taylor Jackson loves to be for Reinhardt, because he's always making those type of gutsy, big-time plays in big-time moments. And it seems to, more often than not, go to number 81, Cedric Cullors.
Reinhardt gave it off. Lots of room down the sideline, knifes his way beyond the 35 to the 30 and steps out. down near the 25. A huge gain for Reinhardt University on the ground by Cam Curtis, the junior from Calhoun.
Yes, Cam Curtis, his first touch of the game, and it comes in a huge moment for this Reinhardt offense, taking that jet sweep, going on the left side of the line. Now Reinhardt, they can sort of breathe a little bit easier here. You don't really have to take it into overdrive. Now slow it down, play your style of game, and really wear down KCU at the finish of it.
Reinhardt gives it right side. Good blocking by the right tackle. Big shot delivered as he reaches just outside of the red zone. Kind of spotted between the 22 and 21 right now.
Yeah, and this is exactly where you want to be. Of course, not where you want to be tie game, but this is exactly where you want to be at this point of the game. A chance for your offense to be the one to finish it off. You know that you have an offense that's capable of punching it into the end zone. You also have a weapon in Alex Hansen that can get you 3 points if you need it.
And a timeout on the field in a deadlocked game, 35 apiece between the Eagles and the Knights in Grayson, Kentucky, in what has been an absolute barn burner. Can Reinhardt punch it in? Back in Grayson, Kentucky. Right up the middle as the Eagles man takes it down inside of the 15, and that'll move the chains. Huge moment for Reinhardt.
Absolutely a huge moment, getting the ball yet again to number 5, Ja Colbert.
We are deadlocked as Reinhardt is seeking a crucial score.
And again, this has got to have it time for the Reinhardt Eagles. Taylor Jackson, he made a big play on that 3rd and long. Ja Colbert, he's moved the sticks one time on this drive. Number 9 and number 5 trying to put the team on their back and secure their 2nd victory of the season in AAC play.
Took back over with the ball with 5 minutes to go. Eagles to the left. Slides away from one as the hand was on his helmet inside of the 10 and driven off by the Knights. Thrown towards the chain link. Referee going to bust it up at the end of that play. 35 all. Reinhardt's got a player slow to rise.
Yeah, and that was an angry run from Ja Colbert there along the sideline, staying on his feet. Nobody able to bring him down. His teammates, they're going to try to calm him down, but that's the chip on the shoulder that he normally plays with, and has led to him becoming a very successful running back over the course of his time.
Both teams taking a quick break. Lorenzo, your thoughts on these closing stages? How much pressure is there on an offense in a situation like this? You played for Reinhardt University. You were a crucial piece of the offensive line for so long. What does that feel like to be on the field?
Well, right now, you really want to just try to take a deep breath, decompress, focus on what you do every single day. Focus on the little things, because that's going to be what you can lean back on. You're probably dog tired out there. Your mind's racing everywhere. This is where you really got to refocus, recenter, and just say, hey, one step here, one step there, hand here, hand there, things like that. Just give yourself those little moments of solitude in the midst of the chaos.
So the closing moments Reinhardt threatening to score as the ball is down inside of the 10-yard line. Second and 5, Jackson gives it, cuts his way for the 5, reaching for the line to gain, very close. They've got him between the 5 and the 6 on the far side. And KCU has called for a timeout as Coach Jason Aubrey makes his way onto the field and breaks this one up.
And they can tell that they're starting to lose their grip on this game. Reinhardt now not just in the red zone, in the green zone, the fire zone, if you will. This is very easily in the range of Alex Hansen. He's hit one from as long as 48, so now you're approaching extra point range for probably the best kicker in the entire conference. At this point, if you're Reinhardt, you want to take this one all the way down to the waning seconds, center the ball, put it in a place where your kicker wants to have it, and then just let him rip one for the victory.
Alex Hansen is 7 for 8 this season. That's 87.5% on field goals. He is 16 for 17 on point after tries. Super efficient kicking the football. That's a great thought and a great note, Lorenzo. He is very, very prolific. He has hit almost every single attempt in a game this season. Think about that. If you combine the PATs and the field goals, no matter the range, forget that. Only 2 misses on over 24 attempts. Really impressive numbers.
And the extra point that he missed came after a 15-yard penalty, so it was a long extra point that he missed, something that he probably wasn't prepared for. So that just, again, a tremendous year for what he's done. Expect to see him finish it.
Your favorite teams, your favorite live streams, your favorite highlights. Be sure to engage with us. Find us now on YouTube at NSBN Sports or visit us at nsbnsports.com.
Back in Grayson, Kentucky. Crucial situation for Reinhardt. Just 6 yards from the end zone.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that the big homie needs help too. You can't just rebound from everything. I know you've been grinding.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. I wonder why we waited so long. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind. Let's see how far we can go.
Welcome back to our coverage of Reinhardt and Kentucky Christian. As we are in the waning moments, we're going to walk you through this with a radio-style call here. And just for total transparency, because I cannot imagine how annoying this is, I want you to know I'm super annoyed. Lorenzo and I are in Waleska, Georgia, calling this with a direct feed from the huddle camera that's in Grayson, and the feed got cut off. So that's why it looked like the game froze. And we were like, okay, and we went to break and came back and tried to refresh everything and reconnect the feed, and the camera has gone dead. It's no longer available. So there is no live video available anywhere. It's going to be game film, and we can't show you live video. So we're going to walk you through the current. We've got the live stats here that are being pumped to us by the sports information director. This is what we're seeing. So Reinhardt did get the field goal on that drive, but with 7 seconds to play, KCU has the ball right now. KCU in possession of the ball in the fourth quarter with 7 seconds to go. I cannot believe we lost the camera.
Yeah, such a great finish to a great game.
It was a good game.
Jackson Wasick and his team, he's trying to drive them down from the 25-yard line, and it's probably going to be an uphill battle with just 7 seconds remaining. Alex Hansen cashing in again for his team and making a play for his squad. But how about Taylor Jackson and Ja Colbert closing the deal for Reinhardt?
Able to drive it down the field. They got it down to the 12-yard line where Alex Hansen knocked through a 22-yard field goal. The clock at 7 seconds. And so now the ball with the Knights with 7 seconds to play. Again, we are looking at live stats here. We do not have video available to ourselves either. Waiting for a final on this. Following the 22-yard field goal, the Kentucky Christian drive was set to start from their own 25 on a touchback. False start was assessed against Ethan Harris for Kentucky Christian. And so that put them back to their own 20. Wasick, an incomplete pass to Cobb, ends the game. The clock has reached all zeros as it's a 3-point victory for the Eagles, 38-35 in Grayson, Kentucky. And what a way to finish for us as well. Reinhardt able to hang on. Lorenzo, your thoughts?
My thoughts, Taylor Jackson, it wasn't a perfect game. He had the turnover, but he made plays when his team needed it most. 168 through the air, 83 on the ground. Ja Colbert, 153 yards himself on the ground. Those two guys really took control, and they were all the difference in the world for the Eagles.
So Reinhardt was able to pull it out, and 522 total yards of offense on 78 plays. Kentucky Christian just found creative ways to hang around. Feels like a really good football team to me. Feels like they have got a lot of things going well for them. They had 351 yards of total offense, 54 total plays, significantly less than Reinhardt. They were less efficient on third downs, 5 of 11, that's 45%. 64% Reinhardt, 9 of 14. Both were 100% on fourth down. Reinhardt did it twice. KCU just once on fourth down, but impressive showing by KCU to hang around with Reinhardt. Clearly a program that has changed. Reinhardt, though, finds a way to dig deep and pull it out.
Yeah, and we're going to be looking towards November 8th when KCU goes on the road against U-Pike. We're going to learn a lot about KCU on that day. We'll see if they can really match up with the best of the best in this conference. But so far, through one half of the conference champions, they comported themselves very well. A team to watch for.
Well, we apologize for losing the video, but obviously not much we can do to control that. The reason we didn't make the trip, we were warned that the network draw would be too much and we should just use the off-site cameras. So, you know, that's obviously a feel for them as well. Nobody wants to make things inconvenient, but appreciate you hanging with us. Promise you nobody is more disappointed than I am to not be able to finish the game. Had a blast today. Lorenzo, thanks for being with me.
Thank you for having me, man. Always a pleasure.
Final score, Reinhardt Eagles pull out the win with a field goal by Hansen. Bang through from 22 yards, 38-35 as the Eagles take it.
Some might ask, what's the hurry? But if it's the difference between getting McDonald's breakfast and settling for a Big Mac, well, run like the wind. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It's like that. Line, got him and stays fair. Everybody feel it, come around with the rhythm, it's a sound. Everybody get down when we give it to you. It's like that.
You don't have to wear a uniform for service or sacrifice. Every day, ordinary Americans perform extraordinary acts of courage and selfless service. Please join us in recognizing citizen heroes who have made a difference in the lives of others through their acts of courage and selfless service in communities across America. Nominate a citizen hero today at themedalofhonor.com.
Welcome back to Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas. Tony, what do you think?
Quincy, it's 2 a.m. You have school tomorrow. Get some rest.
See you tomorrow, Saquon.
You got it, Quessy.
His name is Quincy. The crowd goes wild.
Hey, Quincy.
Quincy, your son's fantasies are going to destroy my house.
Spin move. Quincy, take the snap. Hike. Here comes Fred Warner.
I'm open.
He's got Jefferson.
Hit the gritty?
Nah, hit the Quincy.
Where is that boy going?
Nobody was little
Oh no!
Bring it, little man.
Cam Jordan!
I'll see you tomorrow, Quincy.
Quincy's in trouble!
I got you.
He pitches into Saquon! No! My ball!
That's on you, bro. Besides, I'm not even real.
Is this your ball? What's your name?
Quishy.
Quincy. I'm OC. I know that look. I know that dream. I had the same one. See, Quincy, doesn't have to be a dream anymore. Doesn't matter where you're born, as long as you're born to play.
Just making sure you were real